45-yard line. Brett Burnett and all his wizardry, making sure all this happens not only on radio and Meridics, but also on YouTube and Facebook. Raiders come in 1-1, as I mentioned. The last pre-district matchup tonight against these Hughes Springs Mustangs. It has been a while since we've played Hughes Springs. We've been over this way several times as our girls have played several playoff matchups here at the Hughes Springs. And the boys were here. Is that where you guys came that first round of the playoffs when we played Clarksville? Yeah. So I was with the girls in Longview, and you guys were here watching the freak of nature athlete from Atlanta. And then our boys had a lead at halftime in the playoffs last year in basketball. But it is football season. We're taking on the Mustangs tonight. Next week, your Rugged Red have the week off. It's a bye week. And then on the 24th of September, they'll head down to Mineola to play the Yellow Jackets and to get district action started. Gentlemen, we're coming in 1-1. The win against Pewitt a couple of weeks ago, the loss against Hooks last week. Your thoughts as the Raiders come in? As far as I know, injury-wise, we're in pretty good shape. So thoughts, Darren, thoughts?
Yeah, last tune-up, pre-district, so you really come into this game after seeing the past 2 weeks that you got a good win against Pewitt. You didn't come out the way you wanted against Hooks, although in that game, you mentioned it was kind of back and forth. We came back and tied it up 28-all in the third and just couldn't get over the top, if you will. So Coach Finney certainly, I know looking this week to see, any new plays or anything he hasn't shown on film yet. He's not going to show them all because he wants to save some things for district, but you got to get your base formations, your base plays. You want to see that offensive line execute each and every block, that they know where they're going, they know their assignments, that the running backs are, running the right paths. The receivers are blocking when they have to. They're running the right routes. And we talked so many times already in the first 2 games how Kyler Finney, just a sophomore, has, each and every snap he takes, he gets better, as he should. And that's what you want to see. Little things out of this ball game. You certainly hope for a win so you can go into the bye week next week with a winning record. But more than that, you want to be healthy and you want to see something positive out of every phase of the game. We'll talk more. We can do it now or later. One of those phases being the kicking game.
That was going to be my next comment. The first 2 weeks, that probably has been the weakest element. That first week against Paul Pewitt, the defense really shone that first week, keeping that Pewitt offense stymied for the most part. Last week it was back and forth, a much more talented offense from Hooks, and so the defense had a much bigger task. But both weeks, and I would think from week 1 to week 2, there was some improvement on the offensive side. Defense did well, but the weakest element was the kicking game, particularly last week. The kickoff return created some real havoc, so that last week the Raiders were down 13-0 before they ever touched the ball offensively. And then by the end of the game, the Hornets had 9 offensive possessions. The Raiders had just 6. And so it's really difficult to win a game when you're not running nearly as many plays as your opponent. And so that kickoff return team will be all eyes on them tonight to see if they have been able to make some adjustments.
Joey, what did you see from those first 2 weeks?
Well, I kind of echo what you guys are saying. The game last week, to me, was a glorified scrimmage game. It's pre-district. I think it's always good to eat a little humble pie every now and then. And it's good for your coaches. It's good for your players because your coaches can go back to your players and say, I told you so. I told you we got to keep working hard. Yeah. If you go out there and you blow everybody out the first 3 or 4 scrimmage games, then it doesn't give them any reason to work hard. So they've had to go back to the drawing board this week, retool on some things, focus in on some things, hone in on some issues. And it makes your guys have to go, yeah, coach is right, we better listen. And so I think it's always a good week of practice after something like that. I'm going to predict that the Red Raiders come out tonight and look like a totally different ball game, just having overcome that. So glad to be joining you guys here on the broadcast, here on the Hughes Springs side. We appreciate you tuning in. Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose, Joey Keefe, Brett Burnett Wizardry. Let's see, Scott Bowman on the main camera and Roaming Bowman on the field camera. And if we've had more compliments on that guy than anything.
I tell you what, some of you are tuning in tonight for the first time because it's our first road game. And so you've been at home, at the stadium the first 2 weeks. And so tonight you're seeing, hey, they've got an on-field camera this season, and that is Rowan Bowman. He's a 16-year-old young man. His dad, Scott, is one of my best friends. He's our minister of music at First Baptist. Scott was so good last season on the big camera in football and basketball. We said we got to have him back, and then Brett said, I think we could do an on-field camera, and sure enough, we got him there. Rowan is a huge football fan and learning something week by week. He's done a great job, and looking forward to being able to share those images with you tonight. Raiders have made their way on the field in the crimson fog, and now the Hughes Springs Mustangs getting ready to make their way onto the field. We're about 7 minutes from kickoff. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM, streaming at Meridics.com. Live video feed on the Winnsboro ISD Facebook page as well as on the Afterglow YouTube page. If you got folks that are trying to find how they can watch online, they can go to Tiny, that word TINY, tiny.cc/Winnsboro. Put that in tiny URL. Sorry, tiny URL dot. Is it .com or .com? So I was
try that again.
Yeah, tinyurl.com
/Winnsboro.
Because that's not what I put on the Raider Pride page every week. The tinyurl.com /Winnsboro ISD is what I put on there, but the tiny.cc/Winnsboro gets them to your page. Yeah. Right, yeah. So YouTube, Facebook. If you'll go to the Raider Pride Facebook page, you can see those addresses as well, because I've just completely butchered it. And we do want you to be able to participate either online or on radio. We're going to pause to honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Yes, ma'am. We are paused for the Our thanks to the Hughes Springs High School Marching Band for playing the national anthem. A really special weekend in our country as we approach the 20th anniversary tomorrow of September the 11th. Hard to believe it's been 20 years. Every one of these kids on the field tonight was not even born when that event happened. And so a truly special weekend of remembrance.
Not sure if we got the picture of Hughes Springs coming on the field, but a lot of their guys out front carrying the U.S. flags. I remember, Dave, 20 years ago on this night, I'm going to pause for a second as they're having on-field prayer led by a student here at Hughes Springs.
Amen.
Amen. So 20 years ago, the week, so that happened on a Tuesday. Everyone will never forget that. But on that Friday night, we were in Clarksville, and I remember at this very moment right here where the teams were going out for the coin toss, both sides every player had a flag. Everybody met in the field. We had a moment of silence out there across the stadium. Pretty moving time, just 3 days, after the fact. And so here we are 20 years later on the heels of it, with tomorrow being 9/11. And so certainly want to remember all those who've lost someone. Thanks so much to our military men and women across this great nation, all the way back to the founding. I mean, you think about all the things that have happened that have made us the country that we are, the freedoms we enjoy as a result. And we certainly know that the four of us in this booth and our 2 camera folks, we certainly know all our true freedom is in Christ, and we're thankful for that more than anything. But we are especially grateful for the country we live in, as coin toss just took place out in midfield, and looking forward to getting underway here for some Friday night football. Again, final tune-up for the Red Raiders as they have a bye week next week, and then the week after we will travel down to Mineola for the district opener against the Orange Yellow Jackets from South Wood County.
The Hughes Springs Mustangs have won the toss. They've elected to receive to get things started, so the Raiders will kick it off. Diego Rodriguez at midfield, right at the 40, ready to kick it away.
So you were talking about the on-field camera earlier, so Brett wanted me to point out to our viewers, okay?
Yeah.
The Red Raiders on the visitor side. Our camera is on the visitor side because we like to get team shots. So when we switch to that field camera on your screen, it's going to be backwards.
So it'll be going the other direction. That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this will be fun. So we just want to give everybody a heads up so you weren't confused. And I hope it doesn't blow your mind while you're watching the game.
Great point. Great point.
Sorry.
Number 58, Caden Adams, was the captain for the Raiders at midfield. The Mustangs in gray, black, and red. Your Raiders, black helmets, red jerseys, red pants. Getting ready to kick it off and get things underway. Raiders come in 1-1, trying to get themselves back above 500. Rodriguez has it angled toward the visitor side. He was practicing that pooch, about a 40-yard pooch. Before the game started, he'll angle it toward about the 10-yard line. We'll see how well he does. We're ready to get things underway. 12 minutes on the clock right here in Hughes Springs. It is angled, going to be taken instead of at the 10 at about the 22. He'll come this way toward the middle of the field. Good tackle in the open field. Wrapped up number 3. That's Gavin Wheeler.
Nice job, Wheeler, coming downfield. I tell you what, guys, they had a nice alley set up right up the middle. He just didn't hit it. Thank goodness he didn't turn left a little sharper, because they had a parting of the Red Sea, if you will. They had a wall on both sides, an alley right up the middle that there wasn't a soul in.
And he missed it.
He missed it, thank goodness.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs, 34-yard line. Receiver left, receiver right, wing on the right side, back right behind the quarterback. He's under center. Calling the cadence, back to pass, looking to his right, it's going deep. Be out of bounds, incomplete.
Ray Soto on the coverage, but ball thrown well out of bounds. He got way too much air underneath it. Dave, you and I were watching pregame. Hughes Springs run some of their plays there, and he's got a decent little arm, but just definitely floated that first ball.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Come to the line, they'll send 2 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. 2 backs, a little counter action. Quarterback keeps it, goes around the right side. Design keeper, he's going to get up about the 42-yard line. Gain of 8, going to be 3rd and 2 coming up from the 42-yard line.
Hernandez and Merida in on the stop for the Raiders. You've got Nance, Brown, and Soto are your 3 defensive backs. Logan Baker playing one of those outside backers, kind of strong safety position. Those of you that have played in the past know what I'm talking about. 3rd and short, gets converted across the 45 for the Mustangs.
That's a big old boy running the
It
ball.
looked like a human bowling ball. My goodness. He never really went down. He was on top of a defender, but they blew the play dead. They needed 2. He picked up about 5. He's up to the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Hughes Springs 45-yard line. Just underway, 10:56 on the clock. Quarter number 1 here at Hughes Springs Mustang Stadium. Double tight coming in, wing on the left side, 2 backs behind the quarterback. Motion from left to right. Quarterback keeper left side, got some blocking. Defenders converge on him. 7, Merida came in there. Picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. 10:33 on the clock, first quarter.
Raiders have Josh Blair, Landon Boyd. Can't see the other side for their D lineman. Typically running a 3-4, although that time you noticed, and against a double tight, they're going to bring in another down lineman.
4 down
on the
lineman
defense.
this time as well, because that same thing. A little shuffling, a little confusion. They're going to call timeout. They were going with a double tight. They had a full house, and it confused themselves. And so Hughes Springs takes a timeout with 10:08 on the clock. First quarter, we're just underway. Hughes Springs with their 6th play of the drive coming up. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Our thanks to Goodson's Quick Lube, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Boot Company, United Country Cane Agency, Tires Pro and Alignment, Team Worldwide, Scott's Pharmacy, Leafy, First National Bank of Winnsboro, Dairy Queen, Christus Health, Best Barbershop, Autumn Wind, and Alexander Tractor Parts.
We certainly appreciate each and every one of those sponsors for the radio broadcast, making that possible, as well as the video streaming sponsors. You see them scrolling across the bottom of your screen. And I was talking to the world-famous one and only, thank the Lord for that. We love him, but Don Draper this afternoon, and we were talking about he was, certainly giving credit where it's due to as we call it, the wizardry of Brett Burnett, but the professional-looking setup that we have on screen for your viewing pleasure, and it is a great look. So enjoy it tonight as we get set to go back to action.
2nd 7, 2 tight end slot on the right side for the Mustangs. Back to pass, rolls to his right, pressure, rolls, going to throw it. He's got a receiver
That's
at the 30 to the 44. He's the one that ran the first down earlier. Goodness gracious, making something out of nothing. Looked to be dropped for a loss. Rolled back. Line of scrimmage was the 48. He was well back at the 40. Bootleg, found his big man. And they go 2 yards to midfield and another 33 yards. So a 35-yard pass and catch gives a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs deep in Raider territory. They're at the the Raider 22-yard line. Handoff left side, off the guard tackle there on that left side. Upended, gain of about 4, we'll call it 2nd 6. 7th play of the drive coming up for the Mustangs. Ball marked at the 14, 13. We'll call it the 13-yard line. No. Yes, it is the 13, so they were not at the 22, but at the 17 earlier. Gain of 4, we'll call it 2nd 6. Back to pass, quick route on the outside, dropped it right between his hands.
Fortunately, Soto had a little bit too much cushion there
and he had a lot of room to shake and bake and try to get around him. Incomplete pass, bring up 3rd and 6 from the 13.
I watched this quarterback warming up before the game. He's a good-sized kid, good arm, pretty good mechanics. He's tough.
Tight end right, split out right. 2 backs behind the quarterback. Keeper right side, and he's going to come back. He'll be wrapped up. Klicka in the mix there. Isaiah Amon, number 21, coming from the bottom of the pile.
Hernandez from his inside backer spot. So, your D linemen are Ivory, Blair, and the younger Fulmer. And then you've got Hernandez and Merida are your inside backers. Baker and Amon are your 2 outside backers. And so, again, one of them will come in and get down in that 4th down lineman position.
4th and 4 from the 11. Quarterback rolls right side.
Wide
receiver
open.
in the flat on the left side. He walks in untouched. What a great play call as the dive went to the right side and the receiver or the back ran a little wheel route out of the backfield. Hits him on the run, and Hughes Springs gets on the board. 8:24 on the clock. A 3-minute, 36-second drive. 9 plays. Going 66 yards. And the Mustangs take an early lead, 6-0. They'll go for 2. Put a tight end on the right side. Little misdirection. They go around the right side and get in the end zone easy. I got a little confused trying to figure out where the ball was.
Yeah, they're running that multiple T offense like Winnsboro does, and a lot of crossing action in the backfield off the old wing T cross buck action, and certainly a lot of confusion. That's what happened on that touchdown, actually. We talked about normally the Raiders have 3 down linemen. They bring a 4th one in when there's, for sure a tight end and multiple backs in the backfield. What happens, you bring your outside backer down on the line, the running back flares out. Well, now an inside backer has to pick him up on coverage because the outside backer's in the down D lineman position. And just great call by Hughes Springs, blown coverage by the Raiders, and just misguidance, if you will, in the backfield on that 2-point conversion. Misdirection, that's the word I'm looking for, that really allowed them to get in. 8-0. Nice opening drive for the Mustangs. We'll see what the Raiders can do. And we talked before the game, guys, this right here will be our first test to see what the Raiders were able to work on this week as far as that kicking game special team side, specifically kickoff return that had some issues last week.
Several times last week, they would kick it through the holes on this front line.
Look who we got right in the middle. That's a good call. I can already, whether it happens well or not, I can tell you right now, you put Creighton Click in the middle of the field, and I already like the setup.
And if they kick it to him, he's not going to take a knee.
Negative. He's going to try to run over somebody.
Exactly.
I like that.
Opening drive for the Mustangs. 9 plays, 66 yards, 3 minutes, 33 seconds off the clock. So they've got an 8-0 lead. It's 8:24 on the clock. Hughes Springs 8, your Rugged Red 0, but they've yet to have a possession.
I'll tell you what we've got basically it's our hands team. There's not a lineman number on the field right now.
Pooch is going to be taken at about the 16-yard line. That Russell, Jacob Russell,
Yep.
right side, shakes and bakes, drives his feet, gets all the way up to about the 36-yard line. Good return, about a 20-yard return for Russell. Formerly known as Jacob Kellum. We mentioned last week his family finally able to get all the paperwork done and adopt him. Congratulations to him. So Raiders at 8:16 in quarter number 1. Go to work offensively. 1st and 10 Raiders at the 38. Yep. Big board calls it the 38. Raiders in red, Mustangs in black and gray. They'll send Deaton to the left. Can't tell who that is. Wilcox maybe on top. Handoff right up the middle. Push, gets a yard or two, not a whole lot.
It's, a
little more than I thought, huh?
Click up the middle, and so
3 yards up to the 41. 2nd 7 coming up. 2nd 7 Raiders. Just underway here, first quarter. Hughes Springs 8, Raiders 0. Raiders on their opening drive. Mustangs won the toss, chose to receive. 9 plays and 66 yards. Raiders try to return the favor. Receiver again, left and right. I formation, handoff, up back. Going to pick up another 2 or 3 up to the 44-yard line. Who was that?
That's Soto.
Okay.
Yeah, doing a little different look this week. Graves filling in at the fullback position mostly last week with Fulmer still on the sideline, and this time it was Soto at the fullback spot.
3rd and 4, a long 4. Ball resting at the 44-yard line. They need to get to the 48. Again, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Back to pass. Finney looks, rolls to his right, looking for an opening. Looking. He's going to run, keep it. The flag's going to come in. We don't like where that comes in. Probably going to be a holding call. Coaches not happy on the Hughes Springs sideline, or maybe they were excited about getting the stop. Did he get the ball thrown away? Looks like he did. They're going to.
Not sure why the down marker is moving up to the 45, 44.
Holding is the call against the Raiders. Penalty be declined, and it'll bring up 4th. 4th and 4 for the Raiders. So just underway, 4th play of the drive coming up.
4th
and it's
and 11. He went out of bounds, I guess.
Oh, my goodness. You're right. Sorry, Joey. Thanks for picking that up. 4th and 11.
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, all the way back at the 37.
Yeah, back to 37.
37. So 4th and 11 coming up.
This is that punt formation Coach Finney was talking about that Kyler has options.
Looking to pass. He's got Finney. Deaton was open, and he threw it outside, and Deaton had cut inside.
Yeah, Deaton's running kind of a skinny post where he comes in on sort of a slant, and then he gets to the hash and goes straight up the hash. Kyler was throwing a flag route almost. He thought he was going to break it back out towards the left or corner of the end zone, and Deaton didn't get that memo, and so ball turns over on downs for the first series of the Raiders.
So just a minute 17 goes off the clock for the Raiders. 4 plays. They lose a yard. Hughes Springs goes to work. 1st and 10, right side, good open field tackle.
Nice
23,
job,
Ray
Soto.
Soto. Line of scrimmage was the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 on the 37 is going to become 2nd and 6 from the 30, call it 2nd and 5, from the 32 of the Raiders. Hughes Springs will send a receiver right and left, tied in on the right side, T formation behind the quarterback. Back to pass. Little hitch route. Oh, tip drill.
Well,
that's the second
one
drop
gone
he's
through
had.
his hands.
Yep. Pass falls incomplete and bring up 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs. 6:21 on the clock. Hughes Springs 8, Winnsboro 0. Quarter number 1. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner. David Rose here at Hughes Springs Mustangs Stadium. Same formation. Single receiver right and left, tight end right, quarterback under center. Handoff, big man right side, rolls around, spins, breaks a tackle, drives his feet, keeps going. He's going to drive his way all the way down to the 20-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 32. He needed 5 and he got 12. New set of downs for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 from the Raider 20. He's already proving that he's going to be a problem tonight.
You know, we talked.
He looks like he was a lineman
He
before
does.
the game.
That's exactly what you would think, the position that might fit him best, but he's obviously a decent runner so far. Slot T.
1st and 10 pitch coming from left to right.
Hang
Open
on.
field.
Hold on.
Isaiah Amon.
Attaboy, Amon.
Flag's going to come in late too. Amon did a good job diving into that backfield, keeping his feet and wrapping him up. Loss of about 5. We'll see what the flag's going to be.
Looks like it's going to be a hold against Hughes Springs.
1st and 10 from the 20. Got a flag. We'll see.
See if any declines. Almost hesitant to you kind of on the fence. You back them up first.
Either back them up 5 yards and lose
10.
it down, or
back
well,
them up
with
10, but they're going to decline it because it was a loss of
Yep.
5. So that's
so
I like
2nd and
that.
15 coming up from the 25.
Nice play again by Amon from his outside backer position, keeping that outside force, not allowing that toss pitch to get outside.
Mustangs 2nd and 15, 5:30 on the clock. Opening quarter. Hughes Springs 8, Winnsboro 0. Same formation. Receiver left and right, tight end right. Back to pass, looking to his left. Push off, makes the catch.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of a spinning, falling motion for the receiver to make the catch. Picks up about 10 yards, maybe 11. We'll see where they mark it. Line of scrimmage was a 25. They're going to get him down to right at the 15. So a 10-yard gain will bring up 3rd and 5 from the 15.
Yeah, had a little push off, but Zadrian didn't give quite enough force on that, didn't stay with him on the break quite, almost like he got turned around a little bit. Nice hands, though, by the Mustang receiver to haul that in.
3rd and a long 5 coming up from the 15-yard line for the Mustangs. They're up 8-0, trying to score again. Crossbuck coming left side, good defense. Picks up 1 maybe. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 14, and it'll bring up 4th and 4 from the 14.
Nice job by those. Really, it's those inside backers that cannot get crossed up on that backfield misdirection. They've got to play their fundamental gap responsibility and not run off, and they did a good job there to bring up a 4th down. Here, 4 minutes and ticking, approaching 4 minutes and ticking in the first quarter.
6 seconds on the play clock. Hughes Springs going to have to take another timeout.
Yeah, 2nd timeout already this quarter, so not sure.
Timeout on the field called by the home team. It's Mustangs 8, Raiders 0. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM, streaming on Meridics.com. Live video, YouTube, Winnsboro ISD Facebook page as well. Our thanks to our season sponsors for KWNS Radio. Alexander's Tractor Parts. Autumn Wind Assisted Living and Independent Living. Best Barbershop. David Estes, Ryan Griffin, David Shirley. Christus Health. Dairy Queen. The best Dairy Queen in America. Right here in Winnsboro, Texas. First National Bank of Winnsboro. Leafy. South African Eatery. Scott's Pharmacy. Team Worldwide. Tires Pro and Alignment. United Country Cane Agency. John Britt and Shelby Beatty owners. Winnsboro Boot Company. Winnsboro General Dentistry. Winnsboro Internal Medicine. And Winnsboro Tire and Lube.
Give a thanks to our live stream sponsors, Zach Loftus and 4L Construction, Beatty Funeral Home, Christus Trinity Mother Francis, Clements Realtors, Francel Burnett, Drill Right, Edward Jones Investments, Darren Swanner, Johan Wessels, and Will Harrison. First National Bank, Griffin's Paint and Body, Hanson's Collision, Hornbuckles, Lake Country Windows, Nucor, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Wetzel's Heat and Air, Winkle Oil, and Winnsboro Health Services. Thanks to all of our sponsors this year.
Big play upcoming for the Raider defense, 4th and 4.
Two receivers to the left, tight end on the right.
Don't
they got him
right
offsides.
in front of the football.
They draw the Raiders offsides. Great play call again by the coaching staff. Draws the Raiders offsides and gives a new set of downs for the Mustangs. Puts the ball at the 9-yard line, or will be right at the 10. It was at the 14, so it should be down to the 9-yard line. Bring up first and goal from the 9 for the Mustangs.
You guys know what size school Hughes Springs is? How many students they have compared to us? Are they about the same?
I think they're a Division 2, 3A, you think? Or are they smaller than we are?
Yes, because they're in districts like New Diana, and so they'd be small schools.
First and goal for the Mustangs. Sweep right.
They got a hold out there.
Yeah,
Thank
he got it.
Yeah, he's going to get in the end zone, but the hold's going to bring it back on first and goal.
He absolutely tackled. I believe it was Amond, who's the outside backer that we, did such a good job keeping that contained last time. He couldn't this time because he was absolutely getting held, tackled. So that's going to come back.
First and goal from the 9. The holding penalty will back them up 10 yards. It'll be first and goal from the 19. First penalty against the Mustangs. I got them at the 18 instead of the 19. So first and goal from the 18.
Bend but don't break on defense.
Absolutely right here.
Need a stop.
Big
Need a turnover. Anything.
Ball at the 18. Two receivers going to split out to the left side. Tied in on the left side. Handoff right side.
Attaboy. Hang on, Clicka. Attaboy.
Clicka holds on to it. Quarterback keeps it. Clicka drops him for a loss of another couple of yards. Maybe 3 yards. Line of scrimmage was the 18. Second and goal coming up from the 21.
Yes.
Mark it at the 21.
Yep, 3-yard loss.
3-yard
there,
loss.
so
Good job, Clicka.
Great job, great call on the stunt there for Clicka coming in from his outside backer spot. Shane Tedford had come in the safety position, and now Rance Brown checks back in for him. Nance and Soto are your two corners.
Receiver left and right. Wing on the right side. Quarterback under center, back to pass.
Hang
on, fellas.
Sir.
Oh, he breaks loose, but his feet are tripped up. So line of scrimmage was the 21. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage maybe. No, another loss. So a loss of 1 will bring up third and goal from the 22. Holding penalty has really hurt him. Ninth play of the drive coming up. 2:50 on the clock, first quarter. Hughes Springs 8, Winnsboro 0. Hughes Springs scored on their opening drive. Then Winnsboro turned it over on downs on their opening drive. Hughes Springs trying to capitalize on the short field, but the Raider defense doing well thus far. 3rd and 22.
This is what happened last week. We gave up a number of 3rd and 4th down and long.
Back to pass, little slant route.
Nice
defense. Wow.
Good job.
Was that Deaton? That was Adrian Nance. Okay.
Yeah.
Got his hand in there just perfectly. 10th play of the drive coming up. 4th and goal from the 22-yard line. Don't see field goal attempts very often from this distance. It'd be about a 39-yard attempt, so out of the range of most high school kickers, especially at a 3A school. So Hughes Springs will go for it. 4th and goal from the 22, 2:21. Clock has stopped on the incomplete pass.
This is where, as a defensive back, you got to know where that goal line is and just don't let them get behind you, keep everything in front.
2 tight ends, 2 backers. Back to pass. Got a guard pulling with him, looking to pass. In traffic.
Wrap up.
Light him up. Ball falls incomplete. Good job.
Nice job, Rance Brown.
Rance Brown.
Just knocking it down.
Yep.
Wise play. Don't make a pick. Don't try to be a hero on that. You don't need the ball right there. 4th down, you're going to get it back up here at the 22.
Well, smart play from the quarterback, trying to get rid of it so that it could be a de facto punt and try to bait them into catching the interception. But good job, Rance Brown.
Nice.
And so they turn it over. It was a 4-minute, 48-second drive, 10 plays. Ball started at the 33 or the 32 and it got down to the 22, so 10 yards, 10 plays. That comes out to an average of about 1 yard a play. Raiders back to work, down to 8. Hughes Springs 8, Winnsboro 0. Jet sweep coming left to right, following a blocker. Russell can't get anything going there.
Raiders rotating in some lineman. Braden Bowman, number 69, hadn't called his name yet this year. He hadn't gotten a lot of playing time on the line yet, but trying to change some things up. Caden Adams also in. Colt Wilkins, Lane Lewis, Banks Beatty, and your tight end, number 9, Gunnar Lovelady.
100 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Should have kept talking, Joey.
1:40 on the clock. Raiders down by 8. Motion from right to left. Back to pass is Finney. Pressure. Got a receiver open, but he overthrows him. Finney took a pretty good pop. Pass will fall incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 9. Russell had picked up 1 yard on the jet sweep. And Finney trying to get a big play over on the right side. Didn't see who the intended receiver was.
Wilcox was running just a little kind of wheel route, and Finney overthrew him. Couldn't step into it very well because he was getting, like you said, he got hit pretty good right as he released it. That's one you really got to just fling it. It's almost all arm because you can't follow through very well. He'll get there. He'll have plenty enough arm strength, and Raiders rushing to the line.
3rd and 9. Russell pitch right side, cut it up, picks up 6 yards or so. Needed to get to about the 32-yard line. He's going to be about 3 yards short. He's at about the 29. They
made it better.
Put him close to the 30. Bring up 4th and a long 2. 4th and we'll call it 2 right at the 30-yard line. But it's just shy of the 30, and he's got to get to the 32. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. It's Mustangs 8, Raiders 0. The Raiders, big 4th and 2 coming up. Timeout's going to be called. Hughes Springs going to take their 3rd timeout. They've taken all 3 timeouts in the first 11 minutes of this first quarter. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose here at Mustang Stadium in Hughes Springs. Raiders down by 8. Trying to convert a 4th and 2 coming up before we change ends to start the second quarter.
Give a shout out to Miss Eloise Mitchell.
Oh, yes, please.
So let's be sure and thank Miss Eloise Mitchell. I was today, my wife came in and said, Miss Eloise Mitchell has dropped off some brownies on the front porch for the broadcast team tonight. I said, hurry up and get them brownies because my dog smells those. It'll be over. So, Miss Mitchell, we greatly appreciate it. I did not keep them at home. These guys can testify. I actually brought them. You know that small pan that you sent them in, Miss Mitchell? I brought all 4 of them.
There was one for each of us. Thanks, Eloise.
There was. Weezy, we love you. I am a lot of what I am. Miss Mitchell was my 1st grade teacher, and what a great start I had in education.
And they're good brownies.
And now she's thickening me up. Handoff, 4th and short. Trouble. Graves going the wrong way. Not what the Raiders had hoped for on 4th and short.
So for the second drive in a row, Raiders turn it over on downs. Started at the 22, got to the 30, so 8 yards, 4 plays, a minute 28 on that drive. Offense not clicking tonight.
Still no first downs for the Raiders.
No first downs.
So,
they've run 8 plays. They've picked up 7 total yards. Back to work. Mustangs, they're up by 8, 48 seconds remaining. Run coming the right side, spins, cuts back inside, going to be down to about the 20-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 26.
6:27, somewhere in there, yep. Good job, Hernandez, coming from his inside backer spot to chase him down. Fulmer, actually coming from his D lineman position, is down 4-point stance position to help out, finish off that tackle, but a nice gain nonetheless by the Mustangs.
12 seconds remaining in the quarter. Don't think the Mustangs are going to get that ball snapped. And so they'll have the second play of this third drive coming up as we switch ends. It's the end of one. It's Raiders 0, Mustangs 8. We're live here at Hughes Springs Mustang Stadium. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Our thanks to Alexander Tractor Parts, Autumn Wind, Best Barbershop, Christus Health, Dairy Queen, First National Bank, Leafy, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Tires Pro and Alignment, United Country Cane Agency, Winnsboro Boot Company, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, and Winnsboro Tire and Lube.
4L Construction, Beatty Funeral Home, Christus Trinity Mother Francis, Clements Realtors, Drill Right, Edward Jones Investments, First National Bank, Ed Griffin at Griffin's Paint and Body, Hanson's Collision, Hornbuckle, Lake Country Windows, Nucor, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Wetzel's Heat and Air, Winkle Oil, and Winnsboro Health Services. Thanks to all of our sponsors.
Joey, I meant to tell you a while ago, and this is by no means to be critical of you because you are saying it exactly phonetically correct.
Help me out.
But it's Yuan Wessels that's in the office with me. He's South African
Yuan?
by birth. Yuan, spelled Johan. If the way you read it's absolutely right. But it is his father-in-law wanted to make sure that we got that correct. And so, Yuan, I'm sorry. We got it right now. We just, it's a learning curve every week. You ought to be there on Thursday and Friday nights before the game. Nub is going over his lineup as he's the PA announcer there at Raider Stadium. And there are some weeks that it's kind of like, I'm not even going to butcher. Well, I'm going to try. Thank you. Smostula's name. But anyway.
Second three coming up as we start the second quarter. Hughes Springs up 8-0. They get more than the three on second and 3. Line of scrimmage was the 20. Down to about the 13-yard line. Pick up a 7 on second and 3. Fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. First and 10 coming up. Third play of the drive. First and 10 from the Raider 13.
Finally brought down there by Tedford and Nance. They both just kind of hung on and drug him down from behind.
Mustangs scored on their opening drive. Then the Raiders able to hold them on the second drive. So it's just an 8-0 lead. 11:35, second quarter. Mustangs back to work. Bowling ball, right side. Ball's loose.
I think he fell back on it, looks like.
That was hilarious. Right side bowling ball. Ball's loose.
The bowling ball was carrying it, and it came loose.
Fortunately.
And he was so serious when he said it. Right side bowling ball. Oh, ball's loose.
Fortunately, most of you were getting to see that as it happened rather than just listening to it on the
Yeah, if you're on the radio, you just
like,
missed
What are you
it.
talking about?
What in the world?
The big kid we mentioned earlier, their running back, fullback is
he's thick. He's
He's-
a big kid.
Yeah.
I think I might have to up you one. I think maybe it's medicine ball.
medicine ball.
Oh,
I'll
that's a
take
good
that.
one. That's better.
I'll take that.
That's
thick,
better.
thick and leathery. You bet.
Man, he is.
Quarterback keeper on the left side cuts up, breaks a tackle, keeps his feet driving. He's at the 10. The 5 spins around, breaks it loose. They're going to mark him down.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown. Makes his way all the way to the end zone. Great
Quarterback's
second
tough.
and third effort by the quarterback. A 14-yard run on second and 11. Spinning, driving, keeping his feet going. And the Mustangs make it count. 4-play drive started at the 40-second mark in quarter number 1. It's at the 10:40 mark, so right at a 2-minute drive for the Mustangs. It was a short field once again because it was at the Mustang 34.
That's correct,
Their
yeah.
second drive started at 22.
Yeah, the first possession started off the opening kickoff
Right.
of the game. And so see what the Raiders can do here as they've, again, got their hands team basically out there for kickoff return after the 2 muffed situations.
Mustangs 14 as they scored on their first drive. Raiders forced it over on down. Second drive, scored on their third. Kick will be taken at about the 15-yard line. Russell, left side, breaks a tackle.
Hit
Gets
it.
to the 35, the 40, the
Hit
45,
those
the 50,
Jets.
cuts
Get on
back.
it.
He's at midfield,
Go.
the 45. Go, Jacob. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20.
He's not gonna get
the
caught.
15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Jacob Russell. Touchdown, Rugged Red.
Good
Wow,
job.
nice blocking.
That was a fantastic job. Good job by Jacob of keeping his feet and hitting the Jets when he needed to. He is a fast kid. When you get him out there on a track, he can roll.
And there's so much traffic over on the left
Yes.
side. I didn't think he was going to get much beyond the 40-yard line, and he kept going, kept weaving, kept looking. And so the Raiders score an 80-yard kickoff return by Jacob Russell, and they'll go for the extra point. Referee decides they probably need a football in order to kick the extra point, so he brings it in. We appreciate that. And they'll get ready. Looks like Wilkins with the snap. No, don't see who's got the snap. Wilcox with the hold, snaps down, holds back. Snaps back, holds down, kicks up, and it's good. And the Raiders have cut the lead in half. It's Rugged Red 7, Mustangs 14.
We apologize. Know that we've got a little bit of technical issues from time to time. We're actually having to use our hotspot here. There's no dedicated line or even school Wi-Fi that we're able to get on, so Brett's got us hooked up, and so probably should have given you some heads up at the beginning of the broadcast. If you do get disconnected, simply refresh and click back on and get it restarted there on your end, and you'll be able to pull the broadcast right back up. But we're doing the best we can with a little Wi-Fi spot here in the press box with us, and how that works to get Rowan on the roaming camera, field camera.
80 feet, 100
Oh,
feet.
yeah, about 150 feet across the way. This is fantastic. Thank you again, Brett, for the hooking up all the technology. Even if there are some glitches, it's worth your while, and we appreciate you tuning in at home.
Diego Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40-yard line to kick it away. Angled the first kickoff to open the game, taken at about the 20 or 25.
I'd like to see a little just high arching at about the 38-yard line, and really about the 40 to make that back second line have to come running in a hurry. Hernandez going to kick
Hernandez kicks
instead.
it away strongly down to about the 16-yard line on the home side. Good coverage, wrap him up. Takes him down at about the 27, 28-yard line.
Nice job by Russell and Gavin Wheeler. We called his name on that first kickoff of the game.
So last week, the Hooks Hornets had more possessions because we made some mistakes on special teams. Now, Hughes Springs begins their fourth possession, and we've only had two, but that's because we just ran a kickback. And so it is 14-7. Hughes Springs with the lead and the ball, 10-16 on the clock. Second quarter, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Mustang 29. Call it the Mustang 29-yard line. And off will go right side. Lots of traffic, lots of red jerseys wrapping him up.
Nice job by that D-line. Coming up, Blair off the bottom, Fulmer, Ivory, Saul, Chapman getting some finish off there. Hernandez and Morita from their inside backer spot. So good job of holding them up right there on first down to bring up second and long.
Second 10 coming up. Hughes Springs slowly to the line, two tight ends. Slot on the left side, T backfield. Handoff's going to come right side, wrap him up, take him down.
Who was that all the way over there? Probably Amond, I would assume.
I left my
I can't.
binoculars in the backpack. I forget I've got them. I'll have to grab them at halftime. A gain of, we'll call it 3. And it's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up for the Mustangs. Hughes Springs 14, Winnsboro 7, 9:14 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Hughes Springs has converted 3 of their 5 third down attempts so far this game, and so see if the Raiders can't get a stop here on 3rd and long.
Receiver left, receiver right, tight end on the right side, quarterback back to pass, hot route. Take him
Nice,
out.
Ray Soto.
Ray Soto.
Excellent.
Ray Soto quickly on the coverage, only a gain of a couple of yards maybe. Bring up 4th and 5. See where they put the ball, line of scrimmage. was the 29, excuse me, the 30, yeah, the 29. They got him at the 34, so we'll call it 4th and 5 coming up from the 34-yard line. Mustangs switching out some personnel. Looks like they've got the punt team in. Rance Brown will be back for the Raiders to receive the punt on 4th. Really more like 4th and 6 coming up. Little personnel issues for the Mustangs. 5 seconds on the play clock. They're out of timeout, so they'll have to get the snap back. They do. Good snap.
Boy, that was a good snap.
Good punt. High, wibbly wobbly. Rance Brown calls for the fair catch at about the 30, 31-yard line. Nice exchange. Good job for the Raider defense. Able to force the punt for the first time tonight. The Raider offense will take over a 2-minute 40-second drive that time for the Mustangs. Just ran 4 plays and picked up about 5 yards. So good job by the Raiders defensively that time. So the Raiders take over. 8:06, second quarter. They're down by 7. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Raider 31-yard line. 2 tight ends. Slot over on the left side in motion, left to right. Handoff right up the middle. Klicka lowers his head, drives his feet, takes a pile with him. Line of scrimmage at 31. He's up to about the 36. Will bring up 2nd and 5.
Big Colt Wilkins, the senior center, drove his nose guard completely out of the box and just threw him down over here outside the hashes on this side as Creighton was running up the middle. Nice gain on 1st down.
Lane Lewis, Will Holman on that offensive line over on the right side. Gunnar Lovelady in at tight end. Raiders will come quickly to the line. Lovelady will be on this right side.
Looks like Lane Warren getting some PT at left guard.
Handoff. Keeper. Finney at the 45, the 50.
Make one
He's
miss.
at the 40, the 35.
Just don't get hurt.
Run out of bounds. At it, buddy.
Nice, nice.
Kyler Finney, nice job on the fake. Line of scrimmage was 2nd and 5 from the 36. He goes 14 yards to midfield and another 24 yards, a 38-yard gain.
Finally a 1st down.
And then 30 yards over to the sideline to get the play. Forgot about that one.
That first down brought to you by First National Bank of Winnsboro. The first down of the night gained by the Raiders. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 26. It's Raiders 7, Mustangs 14. Second quarter, 7:14 on the clock.
Guarantee you, Finney just ran 100 yards.
Yep.
From the time.
And he just kept running.
Yep. Time he ran the play, he ran to the sideline to get the play, back to the huddle. He's a tired young man.
Handoff right side. Looks like Cole Graves.
Yes, it was.
Graves
nice push.
Down to the 21-yard line from the 26. Gain of 5 will bring up 2nd and 5.
Just what you wanted to see as a Raider fan was a nice, good drive here.
2nd and 4 coming up. They spotted him at the 20. Or maybe it's right in between the 20 and the 21. They've adjusted once more. We'll call it 2nd along 4. 6:47. Quarter number 2. Hughes Springs 14. Winnsboro 7. Deaton will split to the left. Lovelady on the right at tight end. Handoff. No, keep her left side. Finney cuts back, gets his feet knocked out from under him. He'll be close to the 1st down. Awfully close. Side judge near that 1st down marker. We'll see. That is 1st down, Rugged Red.
Good job.
That 1st down brought to you by Leafy South African Eatery. New set of downs for the Raiders. 1st and 10 at the Hughes Springs 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They had 2 previous drives, both of which ended after the 4th play. Fake punt, pass attempt that was no good, and then a 4th down attempt, another pass that was no good. Now the Raiders rolling along. Back to pass, Finney, left side, hitch route.
Nice job,
Shake and bake, Deaton. Going to get spun around and be close to another 1st down to about the 4-yard line. Line of scrimmage was a 16, 12-yard gain. Bring up 1st and goal for the Raiders. Clock stops with 5:53. Quarter number 2, 1st and goal. 6th play of the drive coming up for the Rugged Red. 1st and goal, 4-yard line. Would you call that a stop route?
Yeah, a little stop route. Nice job by Finney. That's a hard throw going to your left. You've got to really get those hips flipped around and your feet set just right, because it's a long, hard throw to your offhand.
There were some hands in the way, too. You
Yeah.
did a good job of kind of weaving through all that traffic.
Good concentration deep. Got a false start, looks like, against the Raiders.
We had a little too much motion in the backfield. Personnel was not where they needed to be. So first and goal from the 4 will become first and goal from the 9 after the procedure penalty on the Raiders. Just the second penalty of the night, a holding call in that first drive for the Raiders, procedure penalty. Backs them up, first and goal coming up from the 9-yard line. 5:23, clock ticking. Quarter number 2. Hughes Springs up by 7, Raiders on the move. Motion, right to left, jet sweep.
Get out there.
Blocker, get out there. Spins around. Going to run out of bounds. It sure looked like he went out of bounds, but they had the clock continuing to roll.
Nice pickup inside the 5, down to about the 3. Call it the
second and goal from the 3.5.
Yep.
So picks up the 5 they lost on the penalty, plus one more. Second and goal. We'll call it from the 3. 7th play of the drive coming up for the Raiders. 4 minutes into this drive. 4:44 on the clock. Receiver left. Receiver right. Graves. Right side.
Push.
Drive your feet. Gets
Flag.
close and then driven back. Flag's
I
going
got
to
a
come
flag.
in. Looks like it's going to be offsides maybe on the Hughes Springs D.
We'll take that.
Clock will stop with 4:29. Officials are pointing toward the home team as being the guilty party.
Yeah. Bound to be offsides. You got flags by both line judges on both sides of the field. And that's the case. Half the distance to the goal. Raiders will take second.
Second goal from the 1.5. Offsides, moves them forward. Brings up second goal from the 2-ish. 4:29 remaining first half. Mustangs 14, Raiders 7. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, David Rose here. Play-by-play and commentary on KWNS, Meridics, YouTube, and Facebook. Raiders quickly to the line on second goal. Finney with the snap, handoff right side. Graves.
He's in. Oh.
They call him down.
He didn't get in.
Thought he got his.
Got as close as you could get. Looks like the ball, the nose will be right at the goal line.
Man, that.
Click is saying, come on, fellas.
There's no doubt.
How's that not a touch? Yeah.
I mean, he's laying his whole shoulders, and we talked about Graves' shoulders. They're large. They're all the way in the end zone, and unless he's carrying the ball at his belt or
Waist,
lower,
sure.
you'd think as he was diving, he would at least reach it up around his chest level. That's what they're having a conversation. Boy, they're going to put the nose of the ball on the goal line. Hey, that's okay. Let the clock keep running and get it.
Official says his knee hit the ground before he broke the plane. I like having the officials mic'd up on the field so we can hear them. So Graves was just shy. So bring up third and goal from the 1-foot line.
Brett's really getting fancy now. Hearing the officials on the field.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Receiver will split out left. That's Deaton. Tight end will be on this right side. Finney has him hesitate, rush to the line. Finney looks over the defense, takes a snap.
That's
Keeper.
exactly what I was hoping.
Quarterback
he'd do.
keeper.
He's got to be
Kyler
in.
Finney.
Yep. Far sideline judge giving us touchdown.
Touchdown. Kyler Finney. Touchdown. Rugged Red. 5 minutes, 37 seconds on that drive for the Raiders.
Nice sustained drive.
Yeah, that's
Eight,
what you want to see.
8 plays. Where'd they start? I'm reading in the dark here.
Minus 31.
At the 31-yard line, so it's 69 yards on the drive. And the Raiders bring it within 1. It's Hughes Springs 14, Winnsboro 13, going for the extra point. Snaps back, holds down, kicks up. And it's true. And we've got a tie ball game. It's Raiders 14, Mustangs 14, and the Raider faithful breathe that they sigh of relief.
No doubt. This doesn't feel like a tie ball game. Unfortunately for the Raiders, has not been a good start yet, although the kickoff return by Russell huge momentum swinger for the Raiders.
And we saw that last week with Shane Tedford's 95-yard fumble return for a touchdown, which really kept the Raiders in the game. That big special teams play this game, so that Raider offense finally beginning to click, or at least on that drive. 8 minutes, 37 seconds, 8 plays, 69 yards, and the Raiders tie it up 14-14. We've got 3:07 remaining in the quarter. Interestingly, Hughes Springs, no timeouts.
Took all 3 of them in the first quarter, and so that's helpful for the Raiders. They need a big defensive stand right here before half. Man, it'd be great to get a turnover if you could, and see about maybe scoring one more time and keep that momentum really strong going into halftime.
So what you saw on that previous kick, Angel Hernandez is number 24. He's on the 35-yard line. Diego Rodriguez is number 28. He's teed up looking to kick it to the left, and he does so this time. Angles it, taken at about the 21 as it was previously. Return to the middle. Good open field.
Nice.
Gets his shoestrings. Gets another few yards. He's going to be at about the 35-yard line. Klicka was kind of your gunner there.
That was Rance Brown that actually came down and took a foot out from under him and slowed him down, thankfully, because they were doing exactly what they did on that opening kickoff, Joey. They had that middle wedge wall, if you will, really opened, and Rance slowed him down enough where he couldn't hit that alley fast enough, thankfully.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. It's a tie ball game. Mustangs 14, Rugged Red 14. Mustangs send a receiver left and right, tight end on the right side. And off to the medicine ball. Drives his feet, picks up about 5 yards.
That's he is a stout young man.
2nd and 6, 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. And he just likes to get the ball and go north and south.
That's what you want.
Give me a
coach.
crease, and I'm going to boom, boom, boom down the field. 2nd and 6
what
coming up.
It's a benefit to us right here is Hughes Springs already used all 3 of their time. They don't have any timeouts left. That's huge.
You know, he's built like
Craig Ironman Hayward.
Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, the bus. I'll take that. We'll call him the bus. Better than the medicine
fast,
ball.
But yeah.
2 tights, slot going in motion. Counteraction is going to come left side. Got lots of room. Gets up near midfield and just past midfield to the 49-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 39. He goes 12 yards to the 49-yard line. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Raider 49.
That's the 8th first down for the Mustangs. Compare that to only 3 for the Red Raiders. But Raiders doing it right the last 2 possessions and really bringing it in.
2:05 remaining, right at 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Mustangs on the move at the Raider 49, 1st and 10. Coming right side, finds a crease. Wrapped up by several Raiders after about a 3-yard gain down to the 46. Will bring up 4th play of the drive, 2nd and 7. Clock is ticking.
Need to mention
100 seconds.
Oh, he wouldn't let me jump in there, Joey. He was holding me off from speaking to get the 100 seconds.
And he didn't know why.
I got to tell our viewers something important. The Wi-Fi connection went off on our kickoff return.
Oh,
so
no.
the viewers at home did not even get to see the return that Russell, formerly Kellum, 80-yard kickoff return is how the Raiders got on the board for the first touchdown.
2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. Quick pass right side.
Thought Amon was going to get out underneath
nice shoestring tackles. Keeps him because he was going to get a first down and a good bit more. Rance Brown wipes his feet out from under him. Brings up the 5th play. 3rd and short coming up. 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs. Ball at the Raider 41-yard line. Under a minute remaining. Mustangs with no timeouts. Raiders with 2. 3rd and 2 coming up. Mustangs, full house, 2 tights. Slot left. Motion by the slot. Quarterback keeper left side.
Hang on.
Wrap him up.
Nice job
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There we go. Zadrian Nance.
Excellent job of providing pressure there. I believe Coach Finney's going to call a timeout.
Yep.
Trying to get the ball back here.
That'll bring up 4th and 2 for the Mustangs. Sure thought they had dropped him for maybe another yard loss, but it's going to be 4th and 2.
They got a good spot.
They
got a great spot.
Favorable spot.
Certainly was on the 42.
Yeah, so bring up 4th and 2, and the Raiders take the timeout. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. 32 seconds remaining in this half. For you video viewers on YouTube and Facebook, stick around at halftime. You'll get a chance to see the bands from both of these schools. Those of you listening to KWNS, stick around at halftime. You'll hear from all our sponsors. Those of you on Meridics, we'll put you on pause. We're not able to put a microphone out from this press box spot. The window is closed off, so otherwise we put it out there so you could hear the band too. So after halftime, about 25 minutes after we sign off, check back in, refresh your Meridics feed, and we'll have the second half on Meridics for you as well.
See what the Mustangs choose to do here, Dave. It's 4th and short. I'm not sure I wouldn't go for it.
They tried earlier and drew us off sides.
Yeah, I think I would at least attempt that. You don't have a timeout, but if your thought process is, hey, I'm going to punt it anyway, a 5-yard delay a game doesn't hurt you.
Sure.
I believe that's what they're going to try.
20 seconds on the play clock. Mustangs, 2 tight ends, slot left. He's in motion again. They'll hand off left side. Plenty of room. First down and more. Ball's loose. Mustangs cover it at the 31-yard line, and so Mustangs breathe new life into their offense on 4th and 2. They made that look much too easy.
I don't know that the Raiders were expecting them to go for it.
They'll clock the ball just to stop the clock with 22 seconds remaining. You're right. We thought they would probably try to draw them off sides. They did a quick snap and a little dive on the left side, picked up a first down to the 31. And then clock it to make it 2nd and 10 with that incomplete pass. Intentional incomplete to stop the clock. 22 seconds remaining. Raiders with 1 timeout. They had burned their second one, hoping to maybe stop them on 4th down. 14-14. Mustangs and Raiders. Mustangs with the ball at the Raider 31. Back to pass. Hot route. Wrap him up, boys.
Creighton almost had him.
Ball's tipped and then incomplete, and the clock will stop. Well, that quarterback has quite a presence in the pocket. He doesn't panic.
He does.
And he's not as big and athletic as the quarterback from last week, but he's impressed us in this first half for sure. 3rd and 10 coming up after the incomplete pass. 9th play of the drive for the Mustangs. 3rd and 10, 14 seconds remaining in the half.
Raiders have done a nice job lately on 3rd down, holding the Mustangs, keeping them from converting.
4 down lineman, a little movement on the line, no call. Quarterback rolls to his left, looks deep. Got a receiver, interception.
Nice job, Zadrian.
Zadrian Nance with the INT.
Good
down
job.
At about the 2-yard line. The Raiders will take over after the interception. I think that's the first interception of the season. Definitely Zadrian's first interception. Raiders with the ball, 7 seconds, 93 yards, 97 yards from the end zone. We'll call it 96. 1st and 10 for the Raiders with 7.5 seconds left.
Definitely don't want to do anything here that gives the Mustangs a cheap, quick touchdown, being that far back on your own end of the field.
Sure, just take a knee and
possibly, or something pretty easy.
Pretty
safe, yeah.
Last play of the quarter coming up. We'll go to halftime when that is over. Quickly to the line. Pitch left side. Russell at the 10, the 15, following a blocker. Gets knocked out of bounds. See if they can stop it. Half a second remains.
Look at here.
Half a second remains. Raiders with a first down out to the 2019.
That broke the Coach Hawkins rule of running the clock. Hey, let it run out. Make them put it back on.
1st and 10 at the 20. 1/2 second remaining before we go to halftime.
Raiders getting a favorable clock stoppage.
You usually don't get that.
Man, I was
when
about to say, we're on the road, too. That's nice.
Just a reminder, stick around if you're a video consumer. Raiders will take their final timeout before this last play. If you're watching by video on YouTube or Facebook, stick around at halftime. You'll get to see these bands. 2 really good band programs. Hughes Springs always had a great band program. Winnsboro is fantastic. So stick around if you're watching by video. If you're listening to radio, we'll take it back to the station after this final play.
I'm not sure what the viewers are seeing from Scott's main camera angle, but as we're looking across, we're on the home side, of course, in the press box, looking across at our visitor stands. our band took up about a third of the bleachers over across the way. You see them vacated and empty right now because
3 buses.
Yeah, you bet.
There's nearly 100 kids. Once you got all the 7th and 8th graders that are in the what they call the pit, that group down front playing percussion, all those kids marching, your flag line, there's close to 90. And then with all the folks that work, well over 100 that make the trip. So, yeah, Jim Bass building a really great legacy here with the band. Final play coming up in this first half. It's Raiders 14, Mustangs 14. Raiders have the ball at the 20 and 1/2 second on the clock. Finney takes a snap out to Wilcox at the 25, the 30, spins around, holds on to it. And that'll take it to halftime. At halftime, your score, Raiders 14, Mustangs 14. We'll take it back to the KWNS station.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lacey Seeley. Lacey Seeley, happy birthday!
Winnsboro High School proudly presents the award-winning Red Drill Team. First Lieutenant Madison Driver and Social Officer Ray Valentine. The Ray Director is Grace McElroy. The Ray Reps would like to wish a happy birthday to Brianna Berry. The Ray Reps will perform a kick routine to The Devil Down to Georgia. the Winnsboro High School Razorbacks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field that rugged red band from Raiderland, the Winnsboro High School Marching Band. The Red Band is proud to present the performance of our 2021 UI production Black Circus, and open with the music of Elvis, Britney Spears, and Norman Yellow Joyo. The band is led on field tonight by drum major Shelby Randall. The band begins its competitive season at the Pleasant Grove High School Marching Invitation in Texarkana on Saturday, September 25th. This year, the band will also travel to Sunnyvale, Boise City, Mineola, Prairie Land, Mount Pleasant, and Lindale as they compete to make history again this year. Come support them all at their contests this season. We encourage you all to follow the Windsor ISC band program on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with all the exciting things going on and these young musicians. This week's section of the week is percussion. This week's leader of the week is Gina Roundwood. This week's section of the week, Haley Spencer. And now let's hear it for our Red Raider Band to perform the first half of their fall 2021 show, featuring soloists Nico Perez on soprano saxophone, Logan Clapp on alto saxophone, Chloe Tran on volleyball, and Noah Youngman on the trumpet. like to wish the Hughes Springs High School band the best of luck as they continue for the 2021-2022 school year. We'd like to extend our deepest gratitude to the school board, administration, staff, and community of Winnsboro ISD for their unwavering support of our young musicians in the AISD band program. We hope you enjoyed tonight's performance and wish you all a wonderful evening and safe travels home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hughes High School would like to welcome you to our halftime presentation. We'll direct your attention to the field to present to you Shining Stars.
Five, four, three, two, one. And you can beat live, you can live too late. Five, four, three, two, one.
Your stars for 2021-2022. Our freshman line members are Michael Thomas, Chelsea Smith. Sophomore line members are Michaela Foster, Mackenzie Stewart. Junior line members, Autumn Everett, Secret Hartfield, Kendall Johnson, and Reagan Schaefer, second lieutenant. Senior line members, Sydney Carey, first lieutenant, and Abby Hawkins, captain. Stars manager for 2021 is senior Alexis Tucker. Congratulations to Secret Hartfield, Star of the Week. Tonight the Stars will be performing a hit routine to Tribe from the soundtrack of Pitch Perfect 3.
We're on that game.
For your continued halftime public entertainment, please welcome onto the field the Major and flags. Your 2021-2022 high school Major and flags are junior Dana Holden, senior Brianna Jones, freshman Valerie McKinney, sophomore Fabiola Reyes, freshman Brooklyn Williams, and junior Brooklyn Young. The Major and flags are under the field leadership of senior auxiliary leader and flag captain Vivian Harmeyer. We hope you enjoy this routine to You Really Got Me. In the finale of our halftime performance, Hughes High School introduces youth to Mighty Marching Mustang Band. The band is under the field direction of senior drum major Vivian Harmeyer. The band performs military routines to Under the Double Eagle and Men in Gray. Drum major, is your band ready? And now the Mustang Band.
Nope. Okay. K-Winds 104.7 FM coming out of halftime. It's Raiders 14, Mustangs 14. We're live here at Hughes Springs High School, Mustang Stadium. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose. Our thanks to our season sponsors for KWNS, Alexander Tractor Parts, Autumn Wind Assisted Living, Best Barber Shop, Christus Health, Dairy Queen of Winnsboro, First National Bank, Leafy, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Tires Pro and Alignment, United Country Cane Agency, Winnsboro Boot Company, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, Winnsboro Tire and Lube. 14-14 is the score. It's even on the scoreboard, but my goodness, it's not even on the stat book. Darren and I have some numbers. The Raiders, 18 plays, 9 minutes of possession, only 92 yards of offense. The Mustangs ran twice as many plays, 36 plays compared to the Raiders' 18. They had the ball 15 minutes compared to the Raiders' 9 minutes, and had 142 yards of offense compared to the Raiders' 92. So a fortunate score on the board, 14-14, as you see halftime approaching the end, the Hughes Springs marching band making their way off. Darren, what are your numbers you have there for us from the first half?
Yeah, so very similar, very much tilted towards the Hughes Springs Mustangs. They have 8 first downs to the Raiders' 5. We talked early on, Dave, those first 2 drives for the Raiders, no first downs. Took us a while to get jump started. The Mustangs early on, they converted all 3 of their third down conversions, and then they actually did in another subsequent possession have a couple of fourth down possessions they converted. But then the Raider defense picked it up, and they stopped, 5 different third down opportunities for the Mustangs that made them go to fourth down. They forced a punt on one. They forced a fourth down turnover on downs. They did convert one of them. But the Raiders certainly a little slow to start, certainly picked it up. Jacob Kellum Russell brought that kickoff return. We have been told, and we appreciate the fact that those of you that were on YouTube actually got to see that. If you were on Facebook stream, we apologize. Our wireless MiFi connection that we've got up here is doing great, but as Brett pointed out, we've got a pretty packed stadium right here in Hughes Springs. And all the folks here coming into the stadium on their devices that are hitting probably about the only cell tower in this area certainly slows things down, and it kicked off our Facebook stream for just a few moments. So I think those of you on Facebook, if we're back up and live here, sorry y'all missed that touchdown 80-yard return by Russell.
A really unusual, unexpected. Kellum Russell is fast. But as he got into traffic over on that far side, we thought, he'll get a good return and then he'll be done. But he kept weaving and made his way 80 yards. So the Mustangs won the toss. They took the opening kickoff and went 9 plays, 66 yards, 3.5 minutes, and they went up 8-0. Then the Raiders turned it over on downs, and the Mustangs then went another 10-play drive before the Raiders were able to force it over on downs on a 4th and goal from the 22. So the Raiders took over, second possession, turned it over on downs. So we were 8-0 as we closed the first quarter with Hughes Springs in the lead and Hughes Springs driving, and 3 plays into the second quarter, they went up 14-0. So very much like last week, very weighted toward the opponent of the Raiders. Raiders down by 2 scores. They get the kickoff. Russell returns at 80 yards, makes it 14-7. Raiders defense then bows up, forces a punt, and then the Raiders went 8 plays, 69 yards to tie it up 14-14. Traded a couple of possessions, a long possession by the Mustangs, about 2 minutes. They started with 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Turned it over on downs, or actually the interception by Adrian Nance, and then the Raiders had a couple of plays before burning the clock out. And so here we are, 14-14 as we get ready to start the second half.
Well, one other thing that worked against the Raiders, their starting field position that first half was their own 21, so deep in their own territory. Compare that to their own 44 for the Mustangs. That's a 23-yard better starting field position, and yet the Raiders overcame and have us a tie ball game here to start the second half.
And they'll have the ball to start this second half. Ball taken at the 27 by Ray Soto. He's going
Kick
to
it
move
in,
to
Soto.
the left side, go to the middle, pick up a good block. He's at the 35. Tries to get up to
Attaboy.
the 40, turns up, and he's out of bounds on
got
the
a
far
flag.
side. We got a flag
Call a
somewhere.
block in the back.
Where's the flag? I don't see it. We got a Hughes Springs player in some pain
34.
on the other side.
Not 39.
Yeah, gotcha. So we'll sort out the flag. Some of the Hughes Springs players calling for the medical staff of Hughes Springs to come attend to their player. So it may take a few minutes. If you'll turn his mic on, Brett. Joey's still on mute.
Yeah, I
There
just
we go.
wanted to make sure that everyone knew that the culinary department here at Hughes Springs High School has supplied all kind of sandwiches and dinners and fruit and drinks and all kind of things for the people that work in the press box. And so I just want to drop a shout out to Amanda Cabehart and Beverly McAdoo, who's in that culinary department over there. When we get our new stadium, Darren, we can get those young ladies to make food for the people in the press box. What do y'all think?
I like it.
I'm going to stay neutral and out of that because I know how hard those ladies work
Already.
on a day-to-day
Already.
basis.
No doubt,
To
no
throw
doubt.
something else on them, I don't want to be the one causing. But
I will tell you this. With the new press box, we'll have an opportunity to give some kind of hospitality that we've never been able to do before.
That's right.
Because of the current state of our press boxes. Injured player for Hughes Springs being helped off the field. The Raiders have the 15-yard block in the back penalty marked off, and so they're going to have 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. 11:49 on the clock, just underway here, third quarter. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose here on KWNS, Meridics, YouTube, and Facebook. Quickly to the line, fakes the pitch, quick pass outside, 30, 35.
Nice.
That's Caden Finney, the brother of Kyler Finney. No,
that's-
I'm sorry,
No,
that's
it's-
Cole Graves. Sorry, 46. I thought, what is Caden Finney doing getting the pass from his brother? Cole Graves, nice run, close to a first down. See where they mark it. A little extracurricular, a little push in the back after the play was over. They'll mark it at the 33.
that's pretty close.
Should be close. They may have to call for, they are going to have the chains come across the field. Next week, the Raiders will have the week off. So if you start looking for us next Friday evening about 7:30, we will not be on the air. It is a bye week. And then on the 24th, the Raiders head up to Mineola to play.
We'll be here. We're here next week. Our broadcast is here next week.
They're going to make their way to Hughes Springs to get some of the goodies in the press box. They'll look at you a little funny. What are you guys doing here? Oh, we're doing a rerun. So the Raiders do have the week off next week. That's all sub-varsity teams as well. Everybody's got a bye. They'll have the week off. And then we head on the 24th of September, head down to Mineola to take on the Yellow Jackets and get district play started. Chain gang has come across. Looks like it's going to be about 6 inches shy of a first down. They'll move it back to the hash and get it marked. And so it'll bring up 2nd and short for the Raiders.
Next weekend, there's no football. If you don't have anything to do, discipleship now.
Our teenagers at First Baptist Church will be spending the weekend with a great speaker. His name's Mike Satterfield. Really excited about the opportunities they're going to have. Worship, Bible study, spend some time out at the lake. Check with David Henry in our office this week if you got any questions.
I want to give a shout out too. We've got a group down in Pflugerville right now, Dave, that are helping launch a brand new church, and I think they're probably some of them tuned in tonight, and so we're thankful for them and praying as well.
They'll head that. We've got that connection in Pflugerville because of a long-time Winnsboroite, Winnsboro pastor, Steve Cochran, pastored at First Baptist in Winnsboro for years, and now pastors in Round Rock, and his church in Round Rock starting this new church in Pflugerville. Back to action, Raiders 2nd and short. Finney, left
he's
side,
there.
got a pass, hits
Nice.
a juggle and catch by Graves, able to stay with it, and Graves able to get the first down and more. Line of scrimmage was the 32, and he makes his way up to the 42.
Great job, Kyler, on his check down there. He was looking deep. Hayden Deaton's running a flag route, but he was covered, so he checked down to his second look, which was Graves in the deeper flat. Nice pickup, first down for the Raiders here on their opening drive of the second half.
Receiver left and right for the Raiders. I formation behind Finney. Under center, handoff up back. Is that Soto?
I believe it was.
Pick up a couple of yards. Line of scrimmage was the 42. He's up to the 44.
Yeah, Soto lined up in that fullback position again. He'd been there a couple times earlier this game.
Just underway, third quarter, 10:30 on the clock. Raiders 14, Mustangs 14. A strange emphasis on Mustangs.
That's peculiar, but
Not where sure that came from. Receiver left and right once again. Back to pass. Quick route.
Nice, Hayden Deaton.
Hayden Deaton protects the ball, goes down, pick up out to the 49-yard line, pick up a 5. We'll bring up 3rd and 3. They can mark it right at midfield. Just shy. We'll call it midfield. 3rd and a long 2 from the 50. 5th play of the drive. 14-14, Hughes Springs, Winnsboro. 9:54, third quarter here in Hughes Springs.
So you called Kyler's older brother, Caden, a little bit earlier. Your eyes weren't deceiving you. He's actually in the ball game, playing tight end right now, number 44.
Keeper right side, Finney. Gets the first down and a little bit more, and then
Please
pushed
blow the
way
whistle.
back. Coming out of the pile is one of the Hughes Springs players with the ball.
That's Medicine Ball.
First down for the Raiders.
Hashtag Medicine Ball.
That first down brought to you by Scott's Pharmacy. First down, Rugged Red. 6th play of the drive coming up. 1st and 10 at the Hughes Springs 47-yard line.
I was downstairs when the team, looks like Hughes Springs has a little tradition. They come out after half and they walk down through the middle of their bleachers here. And Medicine Ball walked by, and he's just big as the rest of the linemen.
Yes.
He's huge. He's
Monster.
a huge, big old guy.
Playing defensive end here for him on the D-line.
Deaton splits out left. Is it Wilcox to the right?
Yep,
Little
got him.
go.
Oh, he's got him. He
that
bit
might-
on it.
Nice.
Nice
Keep
catch
your
on the
feet.
far side.
Oh, nice
take the
hands,
catch.
but I think Hayden, if he'd have just kept running through it, I think he scores, guys.
And they faked me out. I was watching Wilcox on this side, and so I missed it on the other end. Big pitch and catch from
Great.
Finney to
Love it.
Deaton. Line of scrimmage was the 47. Go all the way down to the 11, so a 36-yard gain.
16.
That's what I said, the 16, so a 30-yard gain, 31.
No, guys, great job. I hate to come across critical on that, but I'm telling you, when Deaton goes back and watches the film, he's going to realize he could have just kept running straight through, and the ball would have hit him in stride, possibly for a touch. Hand off Soto.
Soto right up the middle.
Great ball, good little stop and go route is what Hayden ran on the top side. Is
And
that
Will
what
did the same thing
Yeah.
here, and that's what I thought is that they were going to do the little stop and go, the little out and up kind of action that's so effective.
Yeah, I really think Kyler actually looked this way first to look off the defender on the backside,
Gotcha.
which really helped Hayden get clearance.
Well, I bid on it, so but that's not saying much. My secondary days were pretty limited. 2nd and 9 coming up, ball at the 15 for the Raiders. 14-14 to score. Finney under center. Fakes the pitch left side, rolls to his right, dumps it. Graves at the 10, takes on a blocker. Get in there, touchdown. Cole Graves, touchdown. Rugged Red, no flags on the play, and the Rugged Red take the lead for the first time tonight. An efficient drive by your Rugged Red. 8 plays, 67 yards, 4 minutes, 9 seconds they took off the clock, and the Raiders have the lead for the first time tonight.
67 or 77?
Started at the 23, so that would be
There you go.
77.
Yeah.
You're right.
Great opening drive for your Red Raiders.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good. The Raiders have a 7-point lead. It's Rugged Red 21, Mustangs 14. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Our thanks to Alexander Tractor Parts, Autumn Wind, Best Barbershop, Christus Health, Dairy Queen, First National Bank, Leafy, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Tires Pro and Alignment, United Country Cane Agency, Winnsboro Boot Company, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, and Winnsboro Tire and Lube.
Thanks to our live stream sponsors, Winnsboro Health Services, Winkle Oil, Wetzel's Heat and Air, Team Worldwide, Scott's Pharmacy, Nucor, Lake Country Windows, Hornbuckles, Hanson's Collision, Ed Griffin and Griffin's Paint and Body, First National Bank, Edward Jones Investments, Darren Swanner, Johan Wessels, and Will Harrison, Drill Wright, Clemens Realtors, Christus Trinity Mother Francis, Beatty Funeral Home, and 4L Constructions.
We appreciate
Edward Jones Investments, Darren Swanner, Johan Wessels, and Will Harrison.
There you go.
That was right, wasn't it?
That's perfect.
You got it.
Okay.
Will has, the just
The easy name.
Good easy
yeah.
name.
Well, yours is too.
Yeah.
So is you, hon. I mean, that looks like a U.
No,
It's an O.
growing up on PA systems, playing sports, Swanner, hardly ever got
That's
it
me.
right.
Keith,
So, yeah,
Keff.
that's right.
Raiders with the lead, 21-14, 7:51 on the clock here in the third quarter. Raiders with the lead for the first time tonight. Diego Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40. Angle toward the visitor side as he has. Angel Hernandez will do the honors and kick it deep over on the home side, taking at about the 16, muffed, picked up, goes to the middle, good convergence, wrap him up, knock the ball loose if you can, boys. They'll stop him at about the 27-yard line. So a return of about 11 yards or so. The Raiders go back to work on defense. Mentioned last week a new ministry called Outside the Lines. There's a group of men that try to support our coaches and have discovered that those coaches see lots of needs in the lives of these athletes. And so if you'd like to contribute to Outside the Lines to help with these athletes as the coaches see needs in their lives for clothing, food, any of those kind of things, I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Handoff comes left side, cuts back toward the middle, breaks it to the right. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, the 35, spins around.
Up and push. Goodness, sorry.
A lot of activity on that particular play. Line of scrimmage was the 27. He ran about 40 yards and picks up about 7 laterally out to the 35-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 2 from the 35.
Yeah, Raiders we saw last week had some trouble wrapping up and getting the ball carriers now. Now, let's be honest. Hooks had a couple of athletes that were really strong.
2 receivers left, tight end right, back to pass. No. Handoff right
Madison
side.
ball,
Ball's
fumble.
loose.
We
Ball's
got it.
loose. Fumble-laya, fumble-rooski.
Where's White Hat? Come on, give us a signal.
Give us a signal.
Coming out of the pile.
Ball was on the turf. Raiders say they have it. Let's see what the officials say.
Hughes Springs is running off the field as though they know. And
First
there's
down.
Ball.
Fumble. Raider football, but first turnover of the night.
Yeah.
Well, the interception by Nance, excuse me. First turnover of this half, but first fumble. Big time play by the Raider D. Gives the ball to the Raiders. Their best starting position of the night by far. First and 10 for the Raiders at the Hughes Springs 39.
That was a nice hit on the big boy.
Somebody put a hat on him for sure.
They sure did.
First and 10 Raiders. Deaton flex out to the left side. Raiders quickly to the line. Loaded left side. Kellum, Russell left side. 5 yards and a bit more. So mentioning Outside the Lines, it's a ministry that will help men in the community as the coaches identify needs. If you'd like to donate to Outside the Lines, send the check to Outside the Lines, care of Pine Street Baptist Church, P.O. Box 153. That's Pine Street Baptist Church. P.O. Box 153, Winnsboro, Texas, 75494. Just put Outside the Lines on the memo, and it will, as coaches see a need for shoes or clothes or food or school supplies, they can let the Coach's Corner ministry know about it, and they'll help them out. Big donation last week from a listener. So thankful for that. Raiders.
Oh, 2 in motion.
Broken play. Finney's going to keep it, but the flag's going to bring it back on 2nd and 7. Procedure penalty will back the Raiders up.
Yeah, and that's really on Kyler. He's got to know that Graves hadn't gotten set out here. He's not normally split out this far, but he's got to let him get set because he's got his halfback coming in motion pre-snap, and that's what the Raiders get called for.
Clock will stop, 6:03, just halfway through this third quarter. Raiders have the lead, 21-14 over the Hughes Springs Mustangs. Here in Hughes Springs on this Patriot Day weekend, tomorrow we will remember the 20th anniversary of the attacks on 9/11. A number of observances around the country. Sunday morning at First Baptist Church, we invite all our first responders. We got a brunch at 9:15. We'll be happy for you to come eat with us and let us tell you thanks, and then come worship with us at 10:30. Back to work, 2nd and 12 for the Raiders. Finney's going to roll to his right side. Little play action, looking deep. Got a receiver. Oh! Lost his footing and still almost got a hold of it. Was that deep?
Yeah, I don't know what he stumbled on there, but Man, he was open. It ball was a little bit behind him, so I think he was trying to kind of put on the brakes a little bit and got his footing.
That bootleg really opened up the field, and there wasn't a defender within 5 yards of him, and he just couldn't get his hands to wrap around the ball.
That's the third or fourth time tonight the Raiders have run that toss boot, and it's been effective each and every time. That was no different. We just didn't haul it in the end.
3rd and 12. Raiders at the line, too tight.
Timeout.
The Raiders will take a timeout. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose here. Hughes Springs High School, Mustang Stadium. Thanks for tuning in tonight. No game next week. It's a bye week. And then on the 24th, we head to Mineola to start district action.
The Winnsboro Area Chamber of Commerce 2021 Fall Gun Show, Saturday, September the 18th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, September 19th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the City Civic Center on Wheeler Drive. A $6 entry fee will be charged. Children under 6 free with adult. Some tables and outside spaces for flea market are still available. Buy, sell, or trade guns, knives, and ammo. For more information, call the Chamber of Commerce, 903-342-3666. Again, call the area Chamber of Commerce to get involved in the 2021 Fall Gun Show, 903-342-3666. The Winnsboro Center for the Arts has canceled their upcoming shows due to the COVID outbreak.
We're going to have a kind of a Starry Night exhibition. They're going to move that to the spring. And so they're looking forward to being able to use that new outdoor space that is Market Street, as it's been closed. Going to be able to do a lot of activity there right in front of the Arts Center.
You know, a great friend of ours sent a picture a while ago that I think she's posted on Facebook, but shout out to our great friend Randy Cox. His birthday is today. I've said it on the broadcast before. He's a big reason why I can still walk fairly well. He was my right offensive guard, and man, was he good. 3rd
and 12 for the Raiders. Shotgun formation. Finney rolls to his right. Looking, got a receiver. Behind him, and Deaton can't hold on to it. Momentum was taken in the wrong way. A lot of mouthing going on between that cornerback number 4 and Deaton over the last couple of incompletions.
The problem is number 4 hadn't stopped him.
That's right.
Deaton just hadn't caught the ball.
Yeah, the last 2 times.
That number 4, he's not even close.
Yeah,
that's what their coach down here. Looks like probably their defensive back coach. He really chewed him out after that first one where Hayden slipped, and he gave him another earful there because he's just flat getting beat. I'm not sure. I think when Kyler watches the film on that one, being 3rd down, he could have tucked it and gotten 8 or 10. May not have gotten the first, but would have been better than 4th and 13.
4th and 12, 4th and 13 coming up.
Holding.
Yeah, he did.
Rance got held there.
Rance sure did, got held up, and the official just happened to miss it and didn't get the flag out. So the Raiders turn it over on downs after taking the lead on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter and then forcing the fumble and having the short field. Raiders not able to cash in. They take a minute and a half off the clock, go 4 plays, and lose 2 yards in the process.
Well, I tell you, that illegal shift really hurt the Raiders. It's so hard to overcome penalties when you put yourself in 3rd and long, you know, especially when that long is even more than 10 yards.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs, down by 7. It's Raiders 21, Mustangs 14. Mustangs will go left side, nothing doing. Good push by the defensive front, wrap him up. Gain of maybe a half yard. Is the stick going to move? We'll call it 1, bring up 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 from the 43-yard line. 5:08 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Winnsboro 21, Hughes Springs 14.
You know, after the first couple drives of the game, the Raiders have really done a good job of keeping the Mustangs in check on the ground. The adjustments that they made.
And they scored their 2nd touchdown just a few minutes into the 2nd quarter and have been pretty stymied since then.
Nice job.
Zadrian Nance wraps him up after a short completion out to the 45-yard line. 2 yards will bring up 3rd and 7 from the 45. Zadrian, good spot there to wrap him up.
Logan Baker coming out from his outside backer spot, helping to finish him off. Joey?
I'm trying not to be a homer.
I
mean, that spot, guys, he didn't get to the 45.
Nonetheless, 3rd and long coming up, 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs. 4:22 Third quarter, Mustangs to the line, 2 tight ends. Full house trying to get a conversion on 3rd and 7. Quarterback under center. Busted play. Spins around.
He's busted.
Going to bring up 4th and long. He'll get another yard out to the 46. And so that'll bring up 4th and 6 from the 46.
Nice job by that interior D-line of Blair and Ivory and
Logan Baker, 25. Who's over on it for?
21.
Yeah,
21.
21's Isaiah Amon.
Yeah.
Looks like the punt team is on for the Mustangs. Who's going back? Is that Russell? No, Soto.
Yeah.
Soto's back for the Raiders. Punter will have his feet on about the 32. And they've got a great deep snapper. He gets it back there in a hurry. Punt is away. It's a line drive. And it's going to roll out of bounds or roll down to about the 30. Great job, Raider D. 2 consecutive possessions. Got the fumble and then forced the punt, really shutting down this offense of the Mustangs. 2 minutes, 4 seconds on the drive for the Mustangs. 4 plays, picked up 4 yards. And the Raiders go back to work offensively. 3:24 on the clock, third quarter. 1st and 10, Raiders. At the Raider 33-yard line, it's Raiders 21, Mustangs 14.
Landon Boyd also seeing some time on that D-line for the Red Raiders. Great job. And
remember, Landon in that first game picked up a fumble and ran it in. So Landon's having a great season early on. Raiders come in 1-1 tonight, trying to get above 500 before the break, and then the march through district. Receiver left and right, handoff, Klicka right up the middle. Breaks a tackle, lowers his shoulder, rolls out to the 32.
4, almost 5, actually.
34.
Pretty good spot.
I'd said the line of
33.
scrimmage was the 33. It was the 28.
Yeah.
I've got my 5s off. 28 out to the 30, almost the 33. 2nd and long 5 coming up. 2:56 remaining. This game is blitzed along compared to last week's game. We were at the stadium until nearly 11 o'clock last week. This game will end probably much earlier than that. 2:48 on the clock, third quarter. Raiders with their 3rd possession of this third quarter. Scored on the 1st, turned it over on downs on the 2nd. Now back to work. Wilcox splits out to the right. Deaton out to the left. I formation. Play action. Finney rolling right. Dumps it in the open.
9.
Gunner Lovelady.
Lovelady.
First big reception. There's your tight end. Coming across.
Hit.
Finney gets up off the turf. Some help from 69, Braden Bowman, helping him up. Big first down to the tight end. Way to go, Gunner Lovelady.
Yeah, it's just a nice little waggle play that you got your tight end from the left side dragging all the way across the field, and it was a nice throw, nice
20-yard pass and catch.
Yeah, it was a deep kind of drag there.
Into Hughes Springs territory go the Raiders. They are at the Mustang 47-yard line. 2:10 on the clock. Third quarter, Winnsboro 21, Hughes Springs 14. Finney under center, I formation behind him. Handoff, Klicka finds a crease, breaks a tackle, drives his feet, takes him down to the 38-yard line. About a 9-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, I tell you what, nice job this half of really getting a push in there for that offensive line. Number 52, Lane Lewis. Number 51, Lane Warren, getting some playing time tonight for Banks Beatty, who's under the weather. Big 75, Will Holman is your right tackle.
Shout out to Banks. He's at home yelling at the screen, so
Yeah.
hope he gets feeling better
And
soon.
58, Caden Adams, your left tackle.
Handoff
Misread.
right up the middle, enough for the first down.
Still got a
Yeah,
first down.
Down to the 35.
I only say that just because the opening that Finney would have had he pulled and kept it, he could have turned up behind the tackle and picked up 6 or 8 instead of the 4 that we got.
4-yard
Still
gain.
First down.
That's right.
No
that's
complaints.
right. That first down brought to you by a team worldwide. 1st and 10, Raiders at the Hughes Springs 35-yard line. 5th play of the drive. A minute remaining in this third quarter. Raiders 21, Mustangs 14. Boot left side. Finney gets his feet set, going deep. Got a receiver wide open. Hits him, and he drops it. Is that Wilcox?
Yeah, no, it's Hayden.
Hayden Deaton again. He's so far across the field. I could see Hayden is going to absolutely bury his head in the pillow
I don't
tonight.
understand this kid's talking trash. Again, he was 10 yards off of him. The ball just dropped.
First and 10, 35-yard
Not great defense.
reception for the touchdown. No good because it falls incomplete. It'll bring up second and 10. Clock stops, 56 and a half seconds. I was in the PA room where the clock is kept. And we were talking about at halftime how that half second was left on. They said, yeah, he's new.
Oh, yeah.
He's in
They
training.
were training him before the game, I saw.
I formation, handoff, clicker, left side, breaks it out. He's at the 35, the 30,
Stay
the
after it,
25,
Wilcox.
first down, 20, 15.
Nice.
Out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Creighton Clicker doing work. Will Wilcox out front with
Nice
some
blocking.
blocks.
Yeah, great job downfield, Will, from his flanker position, getting out on the corner. Stalk blocking is what you call, where you're just kind of punching back
Stalking
and forth and just keeping him out of the way of making a great open field tackle, and helps Creighton get probably 6 or 8 more yards.
That first down appropriately brought to you by Tires Pro and Alignment.
Absolutely.
First and 10 for the Raiders after started at the 35 down to the 12, 27-yard gain.
Is that a random algorithm you have picking up those first
It's an
down
alphabetic
callouts?
algorithm.
Oh, alphabetic.
That's right.
Hey, good.
First and 10 Raiders at the 12.
Oh, yeah, pitching.
Option pitch,
Nice
left
decision.
side. Get in there.
Touchdown.
Down just shy of the goal line. Raiders go out of bounds. Amon on the carry
Yeah,
from
Amon's
about
first touch tonight.
the 12-yard line. Amon goes on the option. The left-handed pitch
That's
from
great.
Kyler Finney.
Little
Impressive.
fake, froze the defender, then pitched it. That was nice.
First and goal. Ball marked at the 1-yard line. 11-yard gain for Amon. 19 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Raiders 21, and they're cooking with Crisco. They're down at the first and goal at the 1. Finney brings them to the line, 2 tight ends. Handoff left side.
Give it to Amon again.
Amon
Oh, going to call him
got
short.
his feet knocked out from under him. Flag's going to come in late. Maybe that'll be against the kid talking smack. We'll
Yeah.
see. Didn't see what was going on, and they are way across from us. So
I was thinking, say, we've got a nice position here in the press box. We're on about the 45, but the ball's on the opposite hash at the 1-foot line. It's as far away from us as a play can get. Not sure.
officials having a rather lengthy discussion.
Unless it's against Winnsboro, it'll be a very short penalty.
Yeah. It was first and goal from the 1. They gave it to Amon.
Tackle plays are over. We got unsportsmanlike. Number 4, offense. Number 34, offense. Number 4, defense. Those penalties all set. Play number, second down.
So offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against the Raiders and the Mustangs. And so it brings up second and goal. Second goal from the 1-foot line or so.
I think the officials might have misunderstood the conversation. Maybe.
8 1/2 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Raiders 21, Mustangs 14. Raiders trying to tack onto the lead.
Yeah, we give it to Graves here.
Graves dives
Oh,
in
little leap.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Cole Graves.
Is that what you call that?
Touchdown, Rugged Red. Graves putting the exclamation on it, diving into the end zone. Graves with his, I believe that's his first touchdown of the season. And the Raiders stretch the lead to 13. It's 27-14 with 5.7 seconds remaining. I've not seen a tenth of a second clock on a football stadium before. I've seen it in basketball, obviously. Raiders will look to tack on the extra point. Snaps back, hold down, kick up. And it's good, and the Raiders have stretched the lead to 14. It's Rugged Red, 28. Mustangs, 14. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. 5 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose. Our thanks to Winnsboro Tire and Lube, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Boot Company, United Country Cane Agency, Tires Pro and Alignment, Team Worldwide, Scott's Pharmacy, Leafy, First National Bank of Winnsboro, Dairy Queen of Winnsboro, Christus Health, Best Barbershop, Autumn Wind Assisted Living and Independent Living, and Alexander Tractor Parts.
4L Construction, Beatty Funeral Home, Christus Trinity Mother Francis, Clements Realtors, Drill Right, Edward Jones Investments, Darren Swanner, Johan Wessels and Will Harrison, First National Bank, Griffin's Paint Body, Hanson's Collision, Hornbuckles, Lake Country Windows, Nucor, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Wetzel's Heat and Air, Winkle Oil, and Winnsboro Health Services. Thanks to all of our live stream, radio, Meridic sponsors, YouTube. We appreciate every one of you. That's what makes the broadcast successful. We appreciate you.
Raiders have nearly 150 yards of offense in this quarter.
Tale of two halves, right? And 9 first downs to Hughes Springs 0 already this
in the quarter. Rodriguez tees it up at the 40, looking to go left. Hernandez comes across, kicks it to the right, goes deep again. Pins him at about the 14-yard line, looking for blockers.
Hang on, Wheeler overran it.
Raiders bring him out, take him down. A flag comes in late on Gavin Wheeler in the mix there. I'm not sure if it'll be against him if he was knocked down or what.
He got knocked down, but I wasn't.
Like it was away from the play.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Maybe unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, ball marked at the 29 right now. We'll see where they put him. The Raiders up 28-14. Clock has expired for the third quarter. And so we should get it marked, and then we'll switch in.
Looks like they're pointing backwards, maybe at Hughes Springs, so we'll see.
So line of scrimmage is going to be about the 29. If it is 15 yards, will that be the full 15? It'll be half the distance because it's within the – is it 30 yards? Is that the point?
Anything that – you cannot have a penalty that exceeds half the distance from the point of foul to the goal line. Yeah.
That's
number,
2 on him.
That number 4 was who was called for unsportsmanlike a moment ago.
Well, that's 2. What happened?
I don't know. I thought if you got 2 of those that you're – I don't know.
According to my daddy, if you get 1, you're
done. Yeah.
Whatever this signal is you're using. I guarantee you.
Yeah. So we will.
It'll be at the 14.5 technically.
We'll switch ends and the Mustangs will take over. But until then, you're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM, streaming on Meridics.com. Video stream provided by Afterglow Productions and the technical wizardry of our good friend Brett Burnett. Video expertise from Scott Bowman on the big camera, Rowan Bowman on the field camera.
Darren's still eating brownies. Hey,
brownies and fruit, baby.
Dr. Rose, isn't this weekend a special weekend for you?
This weekend marks the completion of 15 years.
Yes, sir, it does. 15 years as
the pastor
Dr.
at First
Rose,
Baptist Church. Yeah, thank you.
And we appreciate you. I knew that was. I thought it was this weekend.
Yeah,
but,
the official date is September 17th, which is actually next Friday. So this will be the Sunday before that.
15 years.
15 years, yes,
That's
sir.
a long time as a preacher of a church. You're doing something right, or you're greasing the right people's palm over there, Brother Grove.
It's been a great 15 years. This being the 11th year, I've had a chance to do this on Friday nights, too. So a lot of fun that I have helping to build the kingdom and do what God has called me to do, and thankful to do it here in this great town. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 12 minutes remaining in the ball game. 14-yard line. Mustangs will push it ahead on first down.
That's a quick snap.
Yeah, it was. They actually pushed them back to the 13 was the actual.
Yeah, the big board had it even at the 12.
Yeah,
so
we'll split the difference.
Yep, they'll get out to the 16, 17. Yeah. So 5-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 5 from the 17. Just underway, fourth quarter. Raiders 28, Mustangs 14. I don't know that we expected that after the first quarter was over. Raiders were down 8-0, and the Mustangs were driving. Mustangs went up 14-0 about 2 minutes into the second quarter, and we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. Raiders have rattled off 28 straight points. The Mustangs trying to make something happen now, driving over on the right side. Line of scrimmage is 17 on 2nd and 5, out to the 20, bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 2.
Nice
from the 20.
Rita coming over from his inside backer spot. Chapman coming in as well. Hernandez.
Randy Marita checking out. 24, Hernandez coming in. 3rd, and we'll call it a long 2. Receiver left and right. Handoff, left side. Drives his feet, going to pick up enough. Barely, yeah. 3rd and long 2, and they pick up nearly 3. He'll bring a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 for the home team.
First down this half.
At the 24-yard line. Yeah, which as you said, a tale of two halves because they were rattling off first downs pretty frequently in that first half. Raider defense made some great adjustments at halftime and have stymied this Hughes Springs offense until this point. First and 10, Mustangs. 10-20, fourth quarter. Raiders up by 14. Jet sweep left side, not much jet to the sweep, but nonetheless going to that left side. Picks up a couple of yards. Line of scrimmage was a 24. He's out to 26, 27. We'll call it the 27. Second and 7 from the 27. Fifth play of the drive coming up for the Mustangs. Second 7. Raider D trying to put a stop. This is just the third possession for the Mustangs. Fumbled on the second play of their first drive. Had to punt it away on just the fourth play of their second drive. Fumble on the first, punt on the second. Now just the third time they've had it this half. Quarterback Keat, right side, going to stop him short of the first down. Nearly had him in the backfield for an even bigger loss. 35, Gage Fulmer coming up from the pile there. Out to the 33-yard line. Gain of 6 will bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Fulmer's actually your nose guard in that 3 front defensive lineman front. He laterally moved down the line like he should as he sees pursuit that way, and he really made up a lot of ground.
3rd and short. 3 down lineman for the Raiders. Quarterback keeper. A little movement. I think they're going to call procedure penalty against the Mustangs.
That helps.
3rd and 1 should become 3rd and 6.
Again, you've got Ivory, Fulmer, Blair, your D lineman. You've got Amon and Baker. Oh, I'm sorry, Chapman and Baker. Your outside backers, Hernandez and Morita, your inside backers, Nance, Brown, and Soto out there. Oh, I'm sorry. Baker shifted out here to corner, and Gavin Wheeler is in as the other outside backer.
3rd and 6, little misdirection coming right side. A hold, my goodness.
Had a hold of his whole leg.
Had his ankle and took him to the ground, and I'm not sure how they missed that, but nonetheless, they get enough for the first down out to the 34, 35.
And I believe Amon was going to make that. If he didn't make the full tackle, he was at least going to make contact, which would have held us up and prevented him from getting the first down.
The tackle had a good hold of his ankle and kept him from moving. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs
in front of the referee
at the Hughes Springs 35. 8:24 remaining in the game. Raiders 28, Mustangs 14. 2 tights, motion left to right, handoff, counter action, goes left side, takes his feet out from under. Gain of about 4.5, maybe 5. Line of scrimmage was the 35. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and long 5 from the Mustang 40. 8th play of the drive coming up. Just 2 plays on their first drive, 4 plays on their second. Now the Mustangs with the 8th play coming up. So their longest drive of the second half. They haven't scored since about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
One of those deals, defense just bend but don't break. Ooh, almost had a SQ on the handoff there.
2nd and 5, picks up about 2, bring up 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 42-yard line. Still in Mustang territory. 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. Raiders up by 14 points, 28-14.
Again, if you just bend and don't break, let them chew the clock. Right?
I was about to say. I was reminiscing of an old song back in the 60s. Is on our side.
That's right.
I can't sing.
Let's don't sing it. But
quarterback, keeper left side, flag's going to come in. He's going to break it out and break another tackle, get all the way down to about the 35, but that's going to come back. We've got a
Marquise Ivory from his defensive line position on the other side finishes off the tackle way downfield, but I think that's coming back.
And kudos to this defensive unit. We've talked about them all 3 games, that they've kept us in games. But the conditioning, the pursuit there, the idea that you don't stop till the whistle blows. Marquise coming from well across the field. Flag in the interior, probably be block below the knees, maybe.
It'd either be a chop. No, it wouldn't be a block below the knee. Chop, block, or hold.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking.
So
Where
third
was
and
it?
third and 3. They call the penalty right at the 45, so it's going to back them up pretty chop block, personal foul, 15 yards. So third and 3 is going to become third and 12.
So chop block, technically,
No,
guys,
more than
where
that.
you've got an offensive lineman or an offensive player engaged up high on the block, and then another offensive player comes and blocks below the waist at the same time. And so that's a big
Very
penalty.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It is definitely in for player safety.
Yes, it is.
Third and 15.
Timeout called on the field by Hughes.
That means they'll get to bring their quarterback in
Yeah.
because their quarterback had to go out because he
Helmet.
lost his helmet.
Yep.
But now they're calling timeout.
Ah, okay.
To get him back in the game.
I did not see his helmet come off. So it's a.
Marquise kind of took it off right at the end on that leap.
Oh, yeah, I got you on the
Tackle.
run. Sure.
Yeah.
It's a 15-yard penalty, but it's from the spot.
Correct.
And so it ends up being just 12 yards marked off by the sticks, but it's going to bring up a third and 15 after the chop block. 6:57 remaining in the game. Raiders up 28-14 here in Hughes Springs. Hughes Springs with the ball. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose here at Mustang Stadium. I'm trying to remember I don't know that we've done a football game here. This is a really nice facility. And we've done several basketball games here, but I don't know if we've done a football game.
And we've played Hughes Springs in the past.
Yes.
But, I think we've maybe more recently scrimmaged them, so we wouldn't have broadcast.
Gotcha.
But I do remember back, it may just have been before you
I started broadcasting,
maybe the first one you broadcast would have been at home, when the year prior would have been down here.
Sure.
Nonetheless, Raiders coming out this second half exactly how you would want them to as a Raider fan. That not a great start, especially the first quarter. Boy, when they go back and watch that first quarter, there's going to be some things, and probably what they talked about a lot at half, things that they needed to correct, certainly have improved that performance this second half.
Third and 15 coming up for the Mustangs. Under 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. The Raiders up 28-14. Quarterback rolls to his right. Going to be swarmed by the Rugged Red D. Going to be dropped for a loss of about 4. Clicka coming up from the pile. Marquise Ivory coming up from the pile.
Blair, Fulmer, great job up front.
Host of Red Raiders.
A host.
Tribe.
Back to the 27-yard line. Another 3-yard loss will bring up 4th and 18. 10th play of the drive coming up from the Hughes Springs 27. The drive started at the Hughes Springs 12 because of the penalty on the kickoff return. So Hughes Springs deep in a hole, punt team on. Good snap, punt away.
Get it, Rance.
Rance Brown's going to let it go. Going to go. Rance was at about the 35, and it skips on down to about the 27-yard line. Rance probably didn't like the angle. It was flat and spinning, and those are hard to handle. So he just lets it go, and the Raiders will have good starting position after the defense forces another punt. 10-play drive, took 6 minutes off the clock.
That's good news for the Raiders.
And the Mustangs pick up 15 yards, but burn half the fourth quarter, and the Raiders up by 14. It's Winnsboro
0.
Winnsboro 28, Hughes Springs 14. Raiders go back to work. Have scored 28 unanswered points against these Mustangs.
Give a shout out to Wilburn Heddick. I know Wilburn's out there watching us. He loves tuning in. He's always excited on game day. Wilburn, thanks for tuning in to enjoy our broadcast. We got to bring back the little dance in Wilburn. Remember when we did that last year when he scored a touchdown? He had done a little dance for us. We need to bring that back. We'll talk to Brett and see if he knows anybody can get that taken care of for us.
3-yard gain on first down for the Raiders brings up 2nd and 7 from the Raider 30-yard line. Raiders with 2 timeouts, Mustangs with 2 timeouts, Raiders with a 14-point lead. Seeing what they can do to put this game away.
They have plenty of parking here at this facility, guys. You mentioned earlier the nice stadium, the visitor parking, plenty of parking. Nice place.
Russell, stiff arm, outside.
Stay in bounds. Excellent.
You look at that. Smart.
No, they're going to call him out.
So he stepped out of bounds. He is a little kid
He
compared to.
is small.
He gets around the corner and you lose him in the crowd sometimes. Russell picks up
Oh, no, they're giving them first down. That's why they stopped the clock.
out to the 37-yard line. Pickup of 7 on 2nd and 7, just enough for a Raider first down. That Raider first down brought to you by United Country Cane Agency. 1st and 10 Raiders. Third play of the drive coming up from the 37-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining in the game. Raiders 28. Mustangs 14. Little movement. Back the Raiders up. Somebody got a little excited about getting out there. 1st and 15 coming up. From the 32-yard line. Tell you what, I spoke about Coach's Corner. One of the things that the Coach's Corner group does is on Saturdays they provide lunch for the coaches. Coaches spend most of the day Saturday at the field house, and so this group of men, the Coach's Corner, takes lunch up there for them so they're not having to bring their own or take off time so they can get as much done as quickly as possible and get home to their families. But it's through that connection with the coaches and striping the field for the coaches that they've discovered, hey, there are other needs that these coaches realize these kids have, and so that's where Outside the Lines comes in. So you can donate to Outside the Lines and help coaches impact lives over and over. A little rollout to Ray Soto at the 40, the 50,
Hit the Jets,
the 45, down to the 42-yard line. Little rollout right side, all alone in the flat. Goes from the 32, 18 yards to midfield and another 9 yards. 27-yard reception for Ray Soto on 1st and 15. This next first down brought to you by Winnsboro Boot Company, appropriate because of the bootleg.
And Ray Soto, Joey was pointing out here in the booth, Ray's going to watch the film. If he'd have taken out behind Hayden,
he'd have been gone.
Deaton makes one block, Soto's gone. That's right.
1st and 10 Raiders at the Hughes Springs 41. I formation, Clicka. Left side, lowers his shoulder, breaks the tackle, spins. He's at the 32, down to the 31-yard line.
First.
Just shy of the first down.
They're going to give it to
Not first down or Rugged Red. That first down brought to you by Winnsboro General Dentistry. One of those kids got popped in the mouth. He may need a good dentist. He can come see C.J. Holland at Winnsboro General Dentistry. Another first down coming up. Clock ticking, 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the game. Ball at the Hughes Springs 31.
I need to put a Fitbit or step counter on Kyler Finney.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Finney under center, I formation behind him. Handoff, Russell, left side, breaks the tackle, ball on the ground.
Ooh, I think he got it back.
Oh, my, yeah.
He got it back. Nice.
Hold on to that ball.
Good quickness from Jacob Russell. Picks up down to the 24-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 31. So on the fumble, a pickup of 7 to bring up 2nd and 4. 6th play of the drive coming up. Clock ticking, 3:30 remaining. Raiders 28, Mustangs 14. Wilcox will split to the right. Who's this on the left? Is that Kellen? Russell? Fakes the pitch.
Fake.
Yeah, nice fit.
Look
nice
at him
fake.
go right around his blocker.
Go Kyler Finney, holding it like a loaf of bread.
Look at him.
Kyler
Look
Finney
at
in the
this.
end zone. Touchdown, Kyler Finney. Touchdown, Rugged Red. That was Kyler Finney from start to finish.
Wow.
The fake pitch, the hurdle, the lowering the shoulder.
Went
Kyler
right behind
Finney.
his blocker. What a way to use your blockers. That was pretty.
24-yard run for Kyler Finney.
Is that his first rushing touchdown of the season,
I
guys?
believe it is.
I don't remember.
Unless he had a keeper down
may have.
down early, but
That was earned.
the touchdown, Kyler Finney,
Nice
24
run.
yards to put the Raiders up by 20, 34-14. Rodriguez will try to tack on the extra point. Snap, hold, kick,
Nice and so.
and it's good. The extra point is up, and the Raiders have stretched the lead to 21. It's Rugged Red 35, Mustangs 14. You're listening to KWNS 104.7 FM. Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, Dr. David Rose. One last time, our thanks to our season sponsors, Alexander Tractor Parts, Autumn Wind, Best Barbershop, Christus Health, Dairy Queen, First National Bank, Leafy, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Tires Pro and Alignment, United Country Cane Agency, Winnsboro Boot Company, Winnsboro General Dentistry, Winnsboro Internal Medicine, and Winnsboro Tire and Lube.
Give a thanks to our live stream sponsors, Hornbuckles, Lake Country Windows, Nucor, Scott's Pharmacy, Team Worldwide, Wetzel's Heat and Air, Winkle Oil, Winnsboro Health Services, 4L Construction, Zach Loftus, Beatty Funeral Home, Christus Trinity Mother Francis, Clements Realtors, Fran Sale Burnett, Drill Right, Edward Jones Investments, Darren Swanner, Johan Wessels, and Will Harrison. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible and for allowing us as adults to be kids on Friday night. We appreciate you allowing us into your home.
There is no doubt about that. We have so much fun.
Well, I haven't talked to anybody in 2 years that's told us that we're too serious, so that's a good start.
No.
And then I haven't been talked to anybody else that said they even wanted us to be serious, so I guess we'll just continue, right?
Rodriguez tees it up at the 40, pooches it over to the 30, kicks
Oh,
up, hits the player.
We got that.
Winnsboro picks it up.
Red ball.
It went off a Hughes Springs Mustang.
White
They weren't quick to get on it, and Winnsboro covers it down at about the 28-yard line.
Sure do.
White hat calls it for the Red Raiders.
Wow,
you love it when the White Hats give you the
So, I think, I don't know what the back receiver on Hughes Springs was thinking, but the middle row guy actually touched it on the way down, and so I don't know I don't know what he was thinking, if it was going to roll out of bounds or
maybe he thought, maybe he didn't realize he had touched it.
Something.
But it's still a live ball.
Matter. It
right.
is. It's
It almost
absolutely.
hit and curled right around him, didn't it?
That was great.
Had some good spin to it.
Hey,
Raiders 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Second, Dr. Rose, you got it.
Finney, keeper again.
Look at Finney.
Driving his feet down to the 15-yard line, down to the 10. Kyler Finney.
This guy is a ball of energy tonight. Look at him.
That first down brought to you by Winnsboro Internal Medicine. Dr. Petty and his crew.
He's already rushed for 700 yards, guys.
And run about
Running
1,000.
from the sideline to the back, he's already rushed for 600
He
yards.
runs
And he's still going.
1st and
50
goal
yards
from the 9.
every play.
Clock ticking, 2:40 remaining in the game.
Sideline and back.
Raiders 35, Mustangs 14. Receiver left and right.
I kind of want to see Finney run it again. I'll just be honest with you.
Finney, counter action up the
Get
middle.
in there.
Is that Graves?
Yep.
It looks like Cole. Yeah.
Cole Graves gets it down near to pay dirt. Line of scrimmage was the 9. Graves down to, not a favorable spot, down to the 4. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Third play of the drive coming up after the unintentional onside kick.
I was trying to get out and didn't do a very good job, but great job tonight of the special teams for the Red Raiders. Much different than what happened last week.
2nd goal, receiver left and right. Handoff right side. Oh, hits a brick wall. It looked. Flag comes in late as well.
I think they was talking about coming to your Pastor Appreciation Sunday.
Gotcha. Flag comes in. 2nd and goal from the 4.
See what they decide.
Officials having a lengthy conversation once again. Our good friend Ted Glazner checks in with us just about every week at Subway. Helps us to dead ball personal foul against the Raiders.
Was that on?
I spoke over it. That's my fault. I did not hear the number. It's a personal foul. I'll back them up. Ted helps us understand the officiating side of things better and to call games better as well. So 2nd and goal, they'll back them up to the 19. The 21. 2nd goal from the 21. This is not too different from what the Mustangs faced
early
in the 3rd quarter? No, it was in the second quarter.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout called by the Raiders. This unusual setup coming up. 2nd and goal from the 21. They'll see what they can pull out of the playbook there. 2nd timeout called by the Raiders with 1:43 remaining in the ballgame.
So has anybody been over to the new stadium this week?
I have not. Brett had mentioned last week about the fact that we might get over there this week,
Yeah,
but didn't
Mr.
have the
Wilcox
opportunity.
is wanting us to go over there this week to try to, do a little prep. But I was asking because the scoreboard is there. From what I understand, the scoreboard is there, and I believe they're going to be working to put that up through the weekend, if I am correct. So if you're in the area, stop in at the new school this weekend, take pictures and photos and
So what that
share.
does mean is we're off next week. We go to Mineola on the 24th. So October 1,
October 1 is what we're looking at.
we play at home against Howe. And so ideally we'll be at the new stadium. Season tickets are on sale online.
So we'll give a little history if we can work it in here before the end of the game. Sheila Haynes with a paper sent Dr. Rose and me an email that Bill Jones had put together the history of Raider Stadium.
Handoff left side, following blockers. Let's see who that was. It wasn't Clicka.
Amon,
maybe?
Yeah.
Isaiah Amon, good job going left side. Keeps the clock running. 3rd and goal coming up from the 21. He gets down to 15, 6-yard gain, brings up 3rd and goal from the 16.
Local historian Bill Jones put together timeline, if you will, of Raider Stadium. Football games were first played in 1911. Played on a field near present-day Memorial is now the intermediate schools. The Raiders are going to get back and attempt a field goal. Is Rodriguez.
I
do too.
I like it. Why not?
32-yard attempt.
Oh.
Knuckleball, no good.
Hey, that's good, though.
Had good
work.
leg, but just didn't get under it. It
got on the top and the
did
side
it get tipped?
of it.
Got tipped. So
Coming in from the top. So 1911 first games were played in Winnsboro near present-day Memorial Intermediate School. Many of you, well, I'm one of them, but old-timers, I don't mean that by age, but those that have been around Winnsboro knew that is Memorial Middle School forever, but it's now Memorial Intermediate School. Then in 1926, football games moved to Walker Park. Fences and wooden bleachers had already been in place for the baseball games that were held there at Walker Park, so they could charge admission. Then in 1939, football for Winnsboro moved to the present-day field. So we go back to live action. Nance on coverage.
good coverage by Nance. The receiver still nearly came out from behind him and able to make the reception, but it falls incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs after the turnover on downs and the field goal block.
So 1939, WISD bought Claude Turner's pasture, put up a football stadium, wooden bleachers initially, and then new larger bleachers were dedicated in 1946. Keep going here in just a minute as we're back to action.
2nd 10 for Hughes Springs.
Picked
off.
Amon.
Isaiah Amon, number 21, picks it off, takes it down to about the 12-yard line.
How is that not 15 yards?
Yeah, a little frustration from
the whistle was over, and he picked him up and almost body slammed him.
INT. That's the 2nd interception of the night by the Raiders. Defense has played a huge part tonight, keeping the Raiders in the game early and then shutting down this Hughes Springs offense. Hughes Springs scored their 2nd touchdown with 10:46 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Haven't scored since then. Raiders have rolled off 35 unanswered points.
So, Darren, you was talking about the new stadium was built in 1939.
1939.
Do you have any idea what the current stadium cost to build?
Oh, very little.
Now, she did note that in order to expand the stadium seating, they sold tickets for a chance on a new Buick back in 1946. And the story is that Buddy Hawkins' mom and dad won the Buick.
No kidding.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Who would have
Sounds
thought
rigged.
that? Raiders take a knee on 1st and 10 from the 15. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 17.
And we're going to have to run another play because there's .03 seconds difference, I believe, in the play clock.
And the Raiders take the
There we
knee,
go.
and the Raiders roll off 35 unanswered points. And the Raiders take the win. There's 17 seconds still on the clock, but the teams will exchange salutations and head to their respective sides for their school songs to be played. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Your final score, once again, Raiders 35, Mustangs 14. Our thanks, as always, to Brett Burnett and his technical expertise for bringing us video. Scott Bowman upstairs on the big camera, Rowan Bowman down on the field, Joey Keefe, Darren Swanner, David Rose here, providing this commentary play-by-play, KWNS, Meridics, Facebook, and YouTube. They've already taken the score off the scoreboard. But one final time, your Rugged Red go to 2-1 and head into the bye week at 2-1. Final score, Winnsboro 35, Hughes Springs 14. We're going to take it back to the KWNS station. Have a great night. We'll see you in a couple of weeks as the Raiders head to Mineola on September 24th.